case against 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht, accused of setting the Palisades fire in California last year. Prosecutors say they will request a retrial. The death toll in Venezuela from those devastating earthquakes earlier this week has now risen to over 900, according to the president of the country's National Assembly. Today, the first plane load of U.S. aid arrived in Venezuela. Israel and Lebanon are expected to sign a framework peace agreement in Washington today, sources tell ABC News. Secretary of State Marco Rubio oversaw the talks.
So as I said today, as I told all the parties here today, it's the beginning of the beginning. There's a lot of work ahead. We don't in any way underestimate the difficulty of the task ahead, but we understand the importance of it, how vital it is.
Meanwhile, President Trump is accusing Iran of violating the ceasefire agreement after that country appeared to launch strikes on an oil tanker in the Strait of Hormuz yesterday. This is ABC News. A prosecutor in the case of Tyler Robinson, the man charged with killing Charlie Kirk, has been held in contempt of court. A judge saying that prosecutor violated a pretrial gag order when he spoke to TMZ and other outlets about a ballistics report in the case. However, the judge says the death penalty is still on the table for Robinson. An update in the case of Luigi Mangione, the man charged with shooting the CEO of United Healthcare in New York City in late 2024. ABC's Perry Russum has that story.
Sources say lawyers for accused CEO killer Luigi Mangione and federal prosecutors are discussing a possible guilty plea. Mangione has pleaded not guilty in the murder of United Healthcare executive Brian Thompson. Prosecutors and Mangione's defense team declined to comment on any plea talks.
And wildfires are burning across a dozen states in the western half of the country. In Utah, more than 150,000 acres have been scorched since the beginning of wildfire season. I'm Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
2 men trapped in a crashed car rescued thanks to an iPhone. More on that coming up, but first your KIRO News Radio traffic. Let's start you down in Pierce County heading into Thurston. South 5, we're looking at 14 miles of scattered backups between DuPont and Olympia. Heavy at times. Tacoma to Olympia right now, an hour and 5 minutes. If you're heading through Federal Way, North 5, you're slow from the Fife Curve up to State Route 18. Here in Seattle, North 5, you're doing okay. It slows a bit from the Michigan Curve in the downtown. In South 5, we're heavy from Northgate all the way down to the Ship Canal Bridge. Linwood to Seattle has about a 5-minute delay, taking you 25 minutes. This report brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Nate Connors. 2 men trapped for nearly 11 hours after their vehicle plunged 250 feet down a cliff were rescued thanks to an iPhone crash alert. The Pierce County Sheriff's Office says the crash happened late last night near T-Rex Falls, just a few miles from Wilkeson. One man was pinned beneath the engine. As rescuers arrived, they found 2 people who said their vehicle had rolled off a mountain road, leaving the driver and a passenger trapped. Both men were airlifted to local hospitals in critical condition. Seattle's World Cup Pride match is moving forward despite objections from the soccer federations of Iran and Egypt. Leo Flor, FIFA's chief legacy officer for Seattle, tells KIRO 7 TV.
This is an opportunity for the world to learn more about Seattle, to learn more about Washington. And so in many ways, we're not changing anything about how our city celebrates, this month-long celebration of Pride.
The president of FIFA says the match itself is not officially tied to Seattle Pride, but rainbow flags will be permitted under the organization stadium policies. Kickoff between Iran and Egypt is at 8 tonight. As thousands of visitors arrive for the FIFA World Cup, Washington health officials are warning tourists about edible cannabis. Unlike smoking, edibles can take an hour or more to take effect, leading some people to consume way too much. The Washington Poison Center says many users mistakenly eat an entire package instead of a single 10-milligram serving. Their message? Start with a low dose, go slow, and wait it out. Free medical advice available 24 hours a day through the Poison Center. Well, the Mariners are sitting right at 500, and they just can't seem to get going against lefties, but broadcaster Rick Riz still sees a lot to like about Seattle's young guys. Rookie Cole Young got a homecoming to remember in Pittsburgh this week. The hometown kid hit a home run to win a game 3-2.
Man, this kid has turned out to be an outstanding ball player, and what a thrill for him to go back home and do that in front of family and friends. And high school coach that really got him going. It was amazing for him.
The Bats did go quiet in yesterday's 5-1 loss, but Seattle still leads the West, and they're in Cleveland today at 4:10. You can catch the action on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. And now check out your KIRO News Radio weather. A mix of showers and sunshine throughout the afternoon. A high around 66. Similar forecast on Saturday, and then Sunday into next week, partly sunny with highs in the mid to upper 60s. 63 and cloudy in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Happy Friday to everybody out there. Thank you guys so much for choosing to hang out with us, listen to us. You can watch us on a live stream if you're interested on YouTube or the KIRO Radio app. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill.
Happy Friday, my friend.
Happy Friday. Now, Spike, this is a special day for you.
It is a special day for me, Jake.
This is senioritis for you.
It really is. It's
Explain
taking
to
me
the
back.
audience.
It's taking me back. Our management is very, very caring, supportive, and they allow us to take vacation days.
They also
but
comply with federally mandated holidays.
They really do. Well, we've got a really gracious holiday schedule here from management. But I don't take a lot of vacation.
No.
I've been thrown out of this industry twice. I like to come in on Saturdays when I'm not on the air and just kind of hang around.
Just make sure they know.
Just so they know that I care.
You can't get me out of this
Good luck getting me out of. That's why I've put on so much weight. Good luck getting me out of here. Anywho, if I'm taking all next week off.
Yeah, sweet.
I am going to take a nice, long, extended staycation.
There you go.
Staycation.
So you're going to be off next week.
Yes, I am.
Which means that today is the final day before basically like 10 days off.
Yeah, it's senioritis. You nailed it. I got senioritis.
It's going to be a fun show.
I'm looking out the window.
We have
I'm
so
watching
much
the
stuff.
clock.
By the way, I'm going to be doing it solo next
I know,
week. Well,
I know you
Laura
are.
will be
Laura,
here.
you guys will be doing great, but
It's going to be a good week.
You got my
and
back. I love that.
It's going to be a
about
lot
you.
of fun.
Yeah,
We're going to do a whole week of stuff leading up to the greatest holiday of the year, 4th of July.
Yeah, I'm taking vacation out of protest because I don't like to.
You're just getting ready to barbecue.
It is.
You're going to start. You're going to start curing your meats.
Yep.
You're going to start all the stuff.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Got a
I'm
half a
excited.
cow hanging in the garage, salted up.
I bet you do.
It's going to be awesome.
I bet you do.
Awesome. Aged steak, aged 6 days. That's how you know it's good.
You know it's really good. Am I supposed to refrigerate these?
That's what they told me. Amateurs.
We have our cup runneth over today. We have so much stuff to talk about. And a lot of it, I think people are going to be surprised. I was even surprised by this, some of the stuff. And we are in the business of kind of not being surprised by some of these things.
We try to be as informed as possible, to speak as well informed as we can.
Some of this stuff, I'm just going to have a tough time with a straight face.
I have a few Scooby.
What? It's wild stuff. We're going to start with, let's start with gas prices because it's part of the larger conversation, and then we're going to work our way into something that Bob Ferguson just signed that we're going to talk about that connects us and California. And naturally, when you think us and California, it must be a West Coast alliance and
Sure.
Quebec.
Quebec.
Like a Bermuda Triangle of
woke.
high taxes. We're going to get into all that in just a second. But first, let's start with this. I thought this was really positive news. Kalshi? How do you pronounce that? Kalshi?
Kalshi.
Kalshi.
Yeah, that's the prediction market, folks.
Prediction market. The prediction market is saying that U.S. gas prices are forecasted to drop back down to $3 this year, which is fantastic because in the last month, maybe last 3-4 weeks, I've seen a bunch of news stories basically saying like all of the gas supply is going to make it impossible for gas prices to come down. These high prices that we're paying because of this Iran war conflict stuff, which are awful. I hate them as much as you do. I hate high gas prices.
Because it affects every part of our life.
I'm an equal opportunity offender. I hate high gas prices if they come from Trump, and I hate them if they come from Ferguson.
You can recognize stupid on both sides of the aisle.
There we go.
That's a talent.
So everybody was saying like, oh, they've already stocked up on all this fuel. The gas prices are going to be high for the foreseeable future for a long time. We're going to be paying tons and tons of money. And then yesterday, I was pleasantly surprised. I went to the gas pump. I had to fill up. I went to Costco where I get all my gas.
Yeah, me too.
And it was $4.99. I thought to myself, hey, this isn't it's actually really sad that felt positive to me.
When the first number is a 4, it's a welcome relief.
I went, oh, sweet. $4.99 gas.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first time gas went over $2 a gallon in my lifetime. And I remember thinking, this is nuts. How are they going to do this?
I hate when I get this. I hate when I have to do this.
Tell me.
I remember the day they brought out a third digit to tell us the gas price.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
You remember growing up with double-digit gas
You bet,
prices?
absolutely. Absolutely.
What was that like?
I've been buying gas since 1979, my friends.
Did it feel cheap back then, or did it feel like this is appropriate for the time?
It was appropriate. It's all relevant.
Yeah.
It's all relative. I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause
relevant. Whatever the
relative, yeah.
It's because I was making a tenth of what I made now.
Yeah, and so you were going like, man, gas, crazy. 3 digits?
That's nuts. $1? What? What?
Oh my gosh, that would be insane. That would be insane.
You're telling me it's going to a case of beer is going to cost me the same as a tank of gas? That's what you're trying to tell me? Yeah. Uh-huh.
The real story there is how beer has like pretty much stayed affordable. If that's what the cost was back then?
It kind of has. It really kind of has. Although now they're selling 18 packs, and they're more money than the old 24s I used to buy.
You know what's a scam?
And
Total
speaking of the
scam.
4th of July,
Here's
go
a total
on,
scam.
Go on.
We'll get back to gas in just a second.
Shrinkflation,
Not shrinkflation.
which sucks.
Yeah, shrinkflation is no fun.
Now they call them Snick because they got enough space to write Snickers on the label. It's true.
Fun size. They used to call them fun size when I was a kid. Non-alcoholic versions of your drinks
Yeah.
are the same price as the alcoholic versions.
Right.
What a kind of world is this?
Excuse me?
I thought you were supposed to encourage me to be healthier. They're not trying to do that. Don't they want me to buy the healthier version?
They don't. They don't.
They want me to be addicted.
That's a
what
great
they
question.
want.
I'm wondering what the thought process behind that is. Do they have? I don't know the process of an alcoholic beer. I know some. My daughter is a recovering alcoholic, and she loves a good taste of non-alcoholic beer. She pays more for her beer flavored water than I pay for beer.
We buy a lot of non-alcoholic IPAs at the house.
Yeah, and it's great stuff for folks who don't want to get a buzz.
Yeah,
got to drive home
every once in a while.
Sure,
if you want something, but
it's
you
a
don't
school
want to.
night.
100%.
You're mowing the lawn.
You still want the taste.
Right. Nice frosty glass.
But it's $14 for a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Why don't I just drink water? Kick myself in the privates. It's so dumb.
You get the same head spin.
Yeah.
You really do.
All right, let's get back to gas prices.
Yes, back to gas.
Nationally, Washington, nationally, gas prices right now, AAA right now, as of 3 minutes before the show, $3.90 a gallon. Pretty good.
Laura had a real eye-opening experience last week because you had family
you
come
were in
in
Oregon.
from all. Well, you were in Oregon, which is already a breath of fresh gas fume air, but you had family come in from around the country.
Oh yeah, Boston, Ohio, and then we were in Oregon, and then we actually dipped into California at one point because of our hiking plans, and we were so close to the border. So first of all, Oregon was like $4.50. The highest I saw was $5.19, but those were the ones where they were like totally ripping you off near the freeway. Yeah. I was thinking, oh my gosh, whole $1 lower, $2 lower than I'm used to seeing here.
Yeah.
And then we dip into California, it goes right back up to $6.70.
A $2 increase across the border.
What's the actual like distance as a crow flies between those two prices of gas? Do you remember? Is it like 10 miles?
Oh gosh, it's tricky because we were in a pretty remote area, so it was like wilderness.
But still, the two closest gas stations, just because they're separated by a state line, have a gas price difference of $2 per gallon.
Yeah,
bananas. And your family from Ohio?
Yeah, the Ohio people. So I'm seeing $4.50 in Oregon and thinking, oh my gosh, I haven't seen that number in months. And then Ohio was like, whoa, $4.50.
What are they paying?
$3.
These people live a different life than we live. They live a whole different life. And the arguments that we got it so great here, I don't want to hear. It's because it's
mountains.
great. It's great in a lot of places.
You've been to Ohio?
Have you been to Oregon? Oregon is the same.
It's pretty wonderful.
Exact same as here. There's nothing different.
You're a little further from the coast.
You're closer.
It kind of splits.
It's not,
you're either on the coast or
you were
you're
in
not.
Southern Oregon?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're probably near Bend?
No. Way further south than that. Crater Lake.
Okay.
Oh, South Central.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ashland. Yeah.
Beautiful.
This
I got a cousin who lives in Ashland.
It's beautiful.
You want a little Shakespeare? You go to Ashland, right? Isn't that where they have the Shakespeare Festival? Ashland, Oregon?
I think you might be right. Yeah,
Oregon Shakespeare Festival. Yeah. We saw Emma, a modern
They
take
got
on
Shakespeare and they got cheap gas. And in Washington, here's our price, AAA price in Washington on average today, $5.24 a gallon. So the national average is $3.90, $5.24 a gallon, according to CalShe. In the rest of the country, we can expect below $3. in the near future.
Well, there are experts who give a counter prediction. They say it's going to stay. We're talking about when it will return to pre-war price. That's kind of what this Cal sheet number is all about. When will gas prices return to a pre-war price?
Okay.
There are those experts in the industry who say that because of the infrastructure damage, not just the price of oil moving through the straits or wherever it gets around, not just the market price of barrel oil, which is what the drop. We were seeing a drop in that and a slight drop at the pump. But also the infrastructure damage is going to take a long time to rebuild. As they say, it's going to be a longer time before we get back.
Those are people who have a vested interest in it not dropping. I am seeing. I'm serious. They don't want to see it drop because of politics. I have seen a dramatic decrease in the price of my gas just in the last month. Haven't you?
20, 30 cents?
More than that. I paid almost $6. I paid $5.99 within the last month. And now I'm paying $4.99.
A dollar drop at your same location?
It's across the street because I didn't go to Costco.
Well, that's apples to apples. But you've probably seen a 30, 40 cent
Costco
drop?
would have been in the 580s.
Right. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's dropped almost $1, which is significant per gallon.
It is. Are you kidding me?
That adds up pretty fast.
That's a meal for a family. Difference in a tank of gas.
I want to address something. I don't know if you saw this, Spike. Did you see this historic climate agreement that Washington has now signed into? Did you see this?
I've heard about this.
Okay.
This is with regard to credits, right? Carbon credits?
I'm going to read to you what Bob Ferguson says. Historic milestone yesterday with the signing of a carbon market linkage agreement with California and Quebec. This sets the stage for large-scale greenhouse gas reductions and long-term investment in clean energy across our jurisdictions. At a moment when the federal government is abandoning science-driven policy and climate leadership, Washington state is moving forward. And then right behind him in this picture, you can't see it for the listening audience, but for the viewing audience, I don't even think the viewing audience can see it. You guys can go find it if you want. It's Bob Ferguson kind of squinting at the camera.
Well, I don't know who shot this or who framed this photo, but it's an open lit window.
Not great.
In a dark room.
Not great.
Without any kind of front lighting.
But kind of in a
They're in the
blurry-ish.
shadows. They're speaking in the shadows.
Well, yeah, all their stuff is done in shadows.
Well,
but
there's a reason.
In kind of a blurry background, you see Jay Inslee, his ghostly visage kind of hovering over this whole
Almost
proceeding.
floating like a specter, one could say.
He is, although he's still with us. So it's actually him. He's actually in the room.
I think we got the ghost of Inslee policy passed.
Here's how this works. All these three markets have their own cap and investment program, invest programs. So they're all trying to discourage you from using fossil fuels. Washington has theirs. It's called the Climate Commitment Act. California has theirs. I don't know what theirs is called. And Quebec has theirs.
It's the same thing, but in French.
Pretty
much.
Yeah. Same idea. Yeah. Same basic idea. 3 tremendously expensive places to do business and buy your fuel.
To live, yeah.
How do you feel about this? Before I give you my thoughts, you probably have an idea about how I feel about it, but how do you feel about it?
These are folks with a clear agenda, for a long-term agenda and an ideology that they see short-term pain in exchange for long-term gains. With a total disregard for the level of short-term pain it inflicts upon people.
Yeah.
They're tied into an ideology. I was trying to find a different word to frame it out with, but they've got a God, I'm off all next week.
I do know.
That's
why I think it's gonna be a fun show.
They've got a theology. They've got a theory of what's important, a sense of priorities with regard to the area and the citizens who live here and the grandkids that they hope their grandkid asks for a vote. So they're willing to take the pain, and they've come to this agreement with these other municipalities, big population centers. California's not a municipality, population center, and Quebec, the most densely populated area in Canada. And they're saying,
look, different country.
Oh, I know it is, but they have a similar goal.
Okay.
Similar mindset.
Take your
similar
money,
set of priorities.
Yeah.
They've entered into this agreement, figuring that with the joined powers of their markets, they can benefit their citizenry by coming to a joint agreement with these three areas.
Benefit their citizenry is a pretty
long term. Long term. Again, I'm framing it by their acceptance of short term pain for what they perceive to be long term gain.
Their acceptance of your short term pain.
Yeah.
Which actually turns out to be your long term pain. What if it just turns out to be your long term pain? There's never any gain. There's just long term pain. What would you say to that?
Well, nobody plans, or at least nobody strategizes for the worst. But you ought to prepare for it.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
The CCA, we know because we've reported on this before, how much of that money actually gets spent on fighting climate change?
Well, those numbers are debatable. Not enough. A lot of it is unaccounted for. A lot of it they can't give us hard, really. Not just what it's doing, but what they've spent, where they've delegated these resources.
According to our friends over at Washington Policy Center that we've had on.
They do a pretty good job. They do. It's not enough. Yeah, agreed.
Less than 10%.
Yeah. But then again, they don't factor in different contributions to informing populations about the long-term effects of weather, which is part of the CCA's business model. They don't count investment. They count just reduction in carbon emissions. That's money
spent to actually have a cleaner climate, which is the whole point of it, right?
Well, it's a portion of it, and it should be the main driving force behind it. But it is also, preparing for climate change to communities, investing in communities to prepare for long-term planetary climate, planting trees, informing populations about the health risks, yada yada yada. There's a lot of different things that fall into what the CCA is dedicated to.
But they're not doing those things. Like 10% of the budget.
Not a good enough job. Not a good enough job.
Yeah.
Not at all.
So do you know per household, what just for the fuel increases since 2023 when the CCA was passed? Do you know about how much per household? This is a fun number, and I know you don't know this.
I don't know this number. Go ahead.
$5,000 a household.
Per year since it started?
Since 2023.
Okay, since it started. Okay.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
The problem I have with this, one of the big fundamental problems I have with this, they can't show results, and they refuse to show results. Actually,
when they do show results, they often show false results.
Yeah, they're a million times off.
Yeah.
So they can't show results that are meaningful in any way to back up.
And that's unacceptable.
And if that's the case, then they shouldn't be able to justify keep taking people's money if they're not able to show results.
Yeah, you accept no other service to keep taking your money. If you paid your cable bill every month, you couldn't get any TV in your house, you'd stop paying your cable bill.
You'd stop paying it. Yeah. That's right. Now, I know that they have a cult-like dedication to this thing. I know that Jay Inslee has kind of made this his life.
Well, they don't make us drink Kool-Aid or wear funny costumes, but yeah, I'll give you it's cult-like.
They would if they could. I guarantee you. They would if they could. The problem is that the joining of these three economies, it's now the fourth largest economy in the world.
The three economies of California,
Washington, Quebec.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we're the ugly stepsister at that party, aren't we?
Always. The problem I have with this is, do you have any say in who gets elected in California? Are you a California citizen?
No, I don't. No.
You don't? No. Do you have any say in local legislators who gets elected in California? Not just the governor, but any local politics that happen
California?
there?
No, of course not.
Are you a resident? Are you a dual citizen in Canada?
No.
Could you go up to Quebec and cast a vote for their premier?
No.
Then you have no say in how they do their politics up there. They now have a say in how you live your life in Washington State.
Well,
don't you see that as a problem?
No, because I see my elected officials have a say in how I live.
But they've just signed you up to have it. Who do you think?
My elected officials decided to sign my life up in conjunction with California
and you
Quebec's.
Like that?
Yeah, I like the people that I trust the people that I've elected.
Do you trust Bob Ferguson?
I wouldn't let him watch my dog over a weekend.
But you'd let him handle your taxes.
I voted for him. I'm not crazy about everything he does. Doesn't mean he doesn't have to be perfect.
You voted for him?
I voted for Democratic Party.
I
didn't vote for Bob Ferguson, but he's my governor, and I'm a Democrat. Yeah. He's my governor.
But
I liked. I can't even remember his name. I can see his face.
Reichert.
Dave Reichert.
Yeah.
I like Dave Reichert very much. I liked him very much.
Yeah.
He was the first pragmatic Republican this state has run for governor in a long, long time.
Do you know how Canada's system of government works? Because I don't.
I think you have to take down a tree. You have to roll in a log and wrestle a seal. Isn't that the three?
All these things,
those are the three rings of
then
Canadian
you get
government.
A vote.
Okay.
Don't you have? To the listening audience too. Don't you guys find it very confusing that they now have an outsized stake in how you pay for your life? In California, they'll be directing these things. Of those two economies, who do you think is going to take the lead?
I don't know the dynamics. I don't know the dynamics of this agreement enough to speak to it. How it's going to impact the carbon credit sales in Washington. What businesses in Washington are going to have to pay for carbon credits?
I think it's a very dangerous precedent.
It may very well be.
To sign up to be under an umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know, honestly, how that's constitutional in Washington State, if it's even constitutional.
It's just like any trade agreement, international trade agreement, right? It's like any international agreement you get into.
When we come back, I got to play you this clip when we come back, because a reporter asked him, he says, hey, guys, what do we have coming up? We're going to push it. This is more important.
Okay.
It's really interesting.
We're going to talk about my vacation plans. Let's push those.
Nope. A reporter asked Bob Ferguson, who's standing behind the thing after a podium after signing this historic thing, for some specifics. If you're creating the fourth largest economy in the world, and you're going to force Washingtonians to be under the governance of people in Quebec and people in California, you would expect him to have some answers about how this is going to work and what this is going to do to our prices.
I would hope so. He put his name on the agreement,
I
sure.
would hope so. Yeah. You might be surprised in how he answered this question. We're going to play it for you next. Well, have a good old time. Stick around.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better. Live stronger. Start now.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel you attract people who tend to be compulsive or abusive?
Do you have money problems because of someone else's drinking?
Are you afraid or embarrassed to bring your friends home?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
More than half of all adults have a family history of alcoholism.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too. Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Costs are up, but life doesn't have to slow down. Subaru of Puyallup has fuel-efficient, all-wheel drive models meant for summer road trips. Experience the redesigned Subaru Outback. Bold, safe, more capable. For stress-free pricing and offers, visit SubaruofPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. It's World Cup match day 4 in Seattle, where politics and pride will collide. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports as the city kicks off Pride weekend. Egypt and Iran, two countries criticized for harsh treatment of LGBTQ people, face off.
New pressure from the Iran Soccer Federation for FIFA to stop any LGBTQ plus celebrations inside Seattle Stadium during today's match. FIFA responding, the World Cup is inclusive and pride flags and celebrations are welcomed. Seattle Pride's Patty Hearn.
It's absolutely important, I think, to show the world, to show the people in Seattle, the people who are visiting, when a community can come together and show their allyship better for everyone.
Human rights groups have condemned Egypt's policies on homosexuality and Iran, where same-sex relationships are illegal. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A new legal development for two former Alaska Airlines flight attendants. They were fired over internal posts about the Equality Act and transgender access to spaces. Their attorney, Stephanie Taub, discussed the case on the Jason Ranch Show on Seattle Red 770.
They posted based on their religious beliefs. The platform that they were posting on says they welcomed this agreement, but in fact, that's absolutely not the case.
Now, a federal appeals court has reinstated their lawsuit after it was dismissed earlier. Alaska Airlines has not commented. The body of a 24-year-old man who went missing while paddleboarding on Alder Lake in Pierce County has now been found. The Pierce County Sheriff's Office says he fell off his board around 4 o'clock Wednesday afternoon and never resurfaced. He was not wearing a life jacket. Search efforts resumed yesterday morning before crews located the victim. A humpback whale, once feared dead after being struck by a Washington State ferry, is alive and back in the Salish Sea. KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon has details.
7 months ago, the humpback calf, her name's Skipper, was with her mom when a fast ferry collided with her near Vancouver, BC. Her injuries were so severe, Skipper wasn't expected to ever be seen alive again. But this week, she suddenly appeared near Whidbey Island, and the gash on her back appeared to be healing. The Pacific Whale Watch Association reminds everyone, if you're on a boat, the motto is, you see a whale blow, better go slow.
Let's check out Wall Street. Numbers are down after morning gains. The Dow down nearly 100 points. S&P 500 down 8. The NASDAQ down 65. And now check out your traffic. Bremerton, we've got a collision that has shut down both directions of State Route 310 near National Avenue. This is right at the south end of Oyster Bay. Tacoma to Olympia, we're climbing to an hour and 20 minutes. You've got 17 miles of scattered backups. Pretty thick between JBLM and DuPont. You'll clear out through Nisqually, and then more backups between Lacey and Olympia. North 5 through Federal Way getting heavier between that Fife curve and State Route 18. And South 5 heading into Seattle now heavy from 130th and Northgate all the way into downtown. Linwood to Seattle, we're up to a half-hour drive. Head over to 99 to avoid this. That highway is wide open into Seattle. And now check out your KIRO News Radio weather. Mostly cloudy, afternoon isolated showers and a high of 66. A similar forecast through the weekend. And the next week looks to be mostly cloudy with highs in the mid to upper 60s. 63 and cloudy in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. I cannot tell you how excited I was before the show to play this audio for you, Spike.
Sure.
I'm so excited about this. Yesterday, was it 2 days ago? Did you post this today or yesterday? Within the last 2 days, Governor Bob Ferguson signed an agreement to create the Bermuda Triangle of climate taxes with California and Quebec.
Linking the carbon market between these three population centers.
Yes.
I don't know how the best way to phrase that out. One's a state, two's a state, one's a territory, a province of Canada, the Quebec province.
A lot of those places you can't have any say in, and you can't vote for things in those different places. But Bob Ferguson wants to give them control of how you have to pay for gas. I'm going to play you this clip This is Bob Ferguson stepping up to the podium. He's just made this announcement. And one of the reporters who is there asks him about this. And I'll play you his well, it's not really a response. I'll play you what Bob Ferguson did and who he handed it off to, which I found to be entertaining.
Quebec, what's the current calculation for Washington and Quebec, plus Quebec and California in the increases in their pump prices due to their cap and trade programs, and how much what's the estimate for how much this agreement would bring those prices down?
So that's a pretty good question.
It's a great question. Sure, it's so relevant to the issue that they're being.
It's literally.
Why are you doing this?
Why they're doing it? Yeah. I guess is what they're saying. So it's Gavin Newsom. I'm sorry. Bob Ferguson standing there behind the podium.
I can see we'd make the mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. They both look so much alike. The Bob Ferguson standing there behind the podium, and he gets this question, and he kind of, you can't see this if you're not watching the video, but he kind of looks around, and he's like, is somebody, who's he, what's he, does anybody want to take this one? And you might be surprised at the voice who steps up to the plate.
Does anybody want to take that one on?
I can give a non-answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got to pause it there real fast. Does anybody want to take that one on? He's surrounded by people. Somebody from the back, I don't know if this is liquid courage or not, but he says, I can give a non-answer. Don't we deserve a little more respect than a
non-answer? Sure, yeah. Well, that's a question that's going to require an expert's answer.
So why are you stepping up saying like, well, I could just give up. I could just say words. If you just want somebody to stand behind the mic, if you don't want to do it, Governor Ferguson, if you just want somebody to say nothing, then I'm happy to say nothing.
I would tell, hey, Skippy, how about just hold on, we get somebody who knows what they're talking about. That'd be the correct thing
Well, that's not what Bob Ferguson did. Bob Ferguson said, hey, absolutely, step on up here, Bubby, and let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah. Thank you, John. So, as we've extensively discussed since the passage of the program, right, there are compliance costs that the Climate Commitment Act imposes on fuel suppliers, and then it's up to them how much of those costs they choose to pass on to people at the pump, right?
Got it. So it's not going to be anybody, we're not raising your price on anything. It's going to be the suppliers who are making the decision whether or not they want to pass that increase off to you.
So that's accurate though, right?
Well,
I mean, it doesn't answer the question at all, but it's accurate. So, of course, gas distributors get to figure out what they're going to charge their customers.
Sure.
If there's higher cost,
yeah.
Are they going to let it eat into their profit margin?
No.
They're in business. They're not going to do that. Or they're going to pass it along to you. That's pretty much a fifth grader could have gave that answer.
Did you recognize that voice, the politician who gave that voice?
I did not.
Let me play you a little clip to see if I can spark your memory.
Should I hear it again? So let's hear it again. With a name that wasn't a name that voice. I love game shows. You know me. I love game shows.
Let's hear it again. We'll start with his funny joke about how he's going to give an answer, and then I'll let you take a guess.
And how much what's the estimate for how much this agreement would bring those prices down?
Does anybody want to take that one on?
I can give a non-answer.
Yeah.
Thank you, John. So, as we've extensively discussed since the passage of the program, right, there are compliance costs that the Climate Commitment Act imposes on fuel.
Any guesses? No?
It's AOC, isn't it?
It's not AOC.
Okay.
All right, let me play you a clip, and you tell me if you recognize his voice. Behind door number 1.
Representative Fitzgibbon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I really want to thank you for your work on this budget. And I also want to say
that's not fair.
I want to thank the members of the minority party for their amendments.
It's not fair of me?
It's not fair of you.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not joking.
You're joking right now.
How am I supposed to recognize him sober? Come on, that's not fair.
I thought you were serious.
That's not fair.
You're right.
Oh, boy.
That is
okay.
Drinky Joe showing up to the mic.
One time that we know of.
One time that he at least admitted to.
That he admitted to.
Although if the rumors are true.
So listen, I did a little quick cursory investigation during our commercial break for why this coalition, this triumvirate of carbon credit markets is going to be intended to be beneficial to Washington businesses.
I know what they said, but what
they say the Washington businesses now are able to
They have a wider
purchase
options of
credits
where to purchase credits.
Washington has the highest price for credits.
Yeah, by more than double.
And now Washington businesses have access to buy credits from both Quebec and California.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Washington businesses can buy their credits outside of the marketplace, isn't general market dynamics going to say to you that Washington will then lower its prices to stay competitive with these other two larger markets?
Here's the problem with that.
This
is not a free market. It's an absolutely forced government market. They're literally required to be in it. So it's not capitalism we're talking about here.
Okay.
It's the government stepping in with an ever-tightening noose around these companies. It's by design. They're saying, we're going to give you less and less and less of these options to purchase. And as time goes on, those options are going to become more and more and more expensive by design.
Okay.
And the idea is to choke businesses out from being able to use fossil fuels, which is the only option that makes any sense. So they're just going to have to keep buying, and then they're going to pass that cost on to you and me, just as we've seen with the CCA.
Yeah.
The other major problem with it is there going to be some short-term game? I don't know. It would have been nice if they had an answer to that. They didn't have an answer to that.
We should follow up with the governor's office to say, what are the benefits to consumers here in Washington State given this new coalition you entered
They're not
into?
spending the money on fixing the environment. It's just a money collection. So if it's just a tax, then what good is it? That's the problem that I have with it. And then you're handing off all this power to California and to Quebec.
But no, you're not. You're really not, because you're not giving California or Quebec control over our businesses.
You are.
Over our businesses?
Yes, you are.
By giving them an option to purchase outside the state? How is that controlling Washington businesses?
The state is now going to be all of it together. Quebec, California, they're all going to work together in one giant market.
You think that those other markets are going to raise their prices?
I think those markets are going to have an outsized say in how we do business here in Washington, because California is many times the size of Washington.
And
just by virtue of the fact that they're so much bigger.
I get it. And their credits are cheaper than Washington's. How's that bad for Washington businesses?
Those credits will continue to get more and more expensive.
In Washington or all three markets?
All three markets.
There's not going to be a unified.
It's in the design of the market.
There's not going to be a unified price across all three markets. They're not going to put the three markets together and average out their prices for one flat price across all three markets.
They don't even know how it's fully going to work. They've signed an agreement. They said themselves, they say, we don't really know fully how this is going to work because California's going to have to adopt some things. Quebec is going to have to adopt some things.
Sure.
Then we're going to figure out how all these things fit together.
Mm-hmm.
But the sell of the idea is that this is going to be better for you. They created
That's the intent behind the mission. Yeah.
They created a problem, and now they're wanting credit for saying, we're going to fix your problem. The problem is that it's expensive to do business because of the extra costs associated with the CCA. They're using that as evidence that joining this larger group is going to be better for you because ours is so expensive. What if the CCA just went away? Then those businesses don't have that extra cost, and then you don't have the extra cost.
Then, because the original problem was polluters need to help pay for the pollution that they're causing through the course of generating business.
It's so interesting about
That's what CCA
though.
is.
Look at this. Yeah, but it's not doing anything, and they can't prove that it's doing anything.
Well, I'm with you that they're not being accountable to the voter.
But that's
the people paying the freight.
Isn't accountability everything?
I give it to you. Yes.
So then shut it off. If you can't be accountable.
I'm a firm believer that maybe we should pause this till you figure out how you're running the game.
Do you remember emissions checks in Washington? Do you remember those?
You had to come in and put your tailpipe into and they'd shove something up your car's
something in your tailpipe?
and if you didn't pass, you had to get your engine tuned up. Yeah.
Do you remember those? Did you know that those went away? Did you remember those went away
of course I do.
in 2020?
Yeah,
do you know why those went away?
All those old cars died?
That's not why.
Why?
According to the Department of Ecology on their website, the air is much cleaner now than when the program began. All areas in Washington except a small area in Whatcom County currently meet air quality standards. So by their own admission, we have great air.
Okay. Better air. We have better air.
The air is much cleaner now.
Better. That's what cleaner means. Better.
So
Not
much
great.
so we don't even need to check your tailpipes.
Okay, great.
And yet at the same time, they're saying that we need to stop you from purchasing fuel because the air is so bad. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
You are.
Enjoy your price hikes. These people are all geniuses.
Holiday weekend coming up. Yeah.
All right. Give us your opinions on this. 888-973-5476. We got a lot more. What are we doing next? Let's do something fun. Is there anything fun? Is there anything fun?
We could talk about the parks department.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY, and I want to wish you a happy Independence Day. The 4th of July is my favorite. It's about family, gratitude, patriotism, and amazing exploding lights in the sky. Perhaps I love it most because it's called Independence Day. I love to fight for my clients' independence. Your right to drive, to provide for your family, your right to do stuff. You feel liberty most when you lose it. Remember buying a box of bottle rockets and salute shells with nothing more than a "have fun, kids"? Well, things have changed since then, including the consequences of a DUI. We're your safe and sane solution to keep freedom ringing. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com. Red, white, and blue are the colors of freedom, unless they're flashing behind you. 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY. Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once-yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. We thought we'd do something fun that we can just both have fun with. Let's talk about the reflecting pool. Was that what we're going to do? Reflecting pool?
That's what's scheduled.
All
we don't
right.
have to do anything we don't want to do. But
reflecting pool.
Yeah.
Representative Pramila Jayapal, she posted this. Was this a couple days ago? I don't remember when this was.
It was
A couple days
earlier
ago.
in the week. I don't know if it was Tuesday or Wednesday, but yeah.
Earlier in the week, she says, people can't afford groceries, gas, or rent, but instead of working to solve those problems, Trump has spent millions just to turn the reflecting pool green and is wasting time with unhinged posts and claims about the algae. It really is crazy how big of a national story that became. Isn't that kind of interesting? How with everything happening in the world, that became like a inflection point. That became a reflection point.
It really has. It's become basically a metaphor for the entire Trump administration in a lot of people's eyes.
Okay. How so?
Because here's a project that was needed to be done. Sure. The pool, reflection pool
they may have bungled it.
They overspent. They gave the project to a no bid contract, which is a kind of a violation of law. Then the project was bungled, and as it went bad, this administration refused to take any responsibility for how it went bad, and created a narrative,
which definitely charged up people, going like, "Hey, wait a minute! How dare you say that?"
Now he's weaponized the reflecting pool itself. Crazy leftist activists, saboteurs, vandals, criminals, 7-10-year prison sentence. Hanging over people's heads for reaching in and grabbing a piece of peeling.
I believe people have been arrested. They haven't been.
Nobody's been charged. Nobody's been charged.
Nobody's been sentenced to anything.
But the president has. You can find the actualities of him saying, "Hey, that's 7 years for destroying a national monument, vandalizing a national monument." Jeanine Pirro, Attorney General of Washington, says we're going to prosecute these people to the full extent of the law.
Well, if somebody is vandalizing national property, then whatever the normal,
absolutely,
whatever the normal thing is,
you want to steal the sword off of a statue, you should go to jail. You want to graffiti or something? That's garbage way to live life by vandalizing national land. Yeah,
it's horrible.
But to charge people for reaching in and grabbing a piece of bottom that is separating from the floor of the pool,
ripping it off,
ripping a piece of it off. If it's clearly. They didn't get down there with a putty knife and scrape a piece of a perfectly attached base.
Well, that's the interesting update to the story. According to was this KIRO News or Seattle Times? A lot of
this
people
report is everywhere. And National Parks.
So National Park Service put out this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was it looks like there was originally a report that was from June 9th, and I'm going to read to you a little bit from the KIRO News piece, which took the story from somewhere else. I forget where. But Frank Lands, a Park Service Deputy Director of Operations, disclosed in a court document filed as part of a lawsuit seeking to halt the project. He said the U.S. Park Police responded on June 9th to a complaint from the Park Service. While Landis did not say exactly when the damage occurred or identify any suspects, he cited a police report describing damage to the pool, quote, including a caulk over the foam sealant. Why is there foam?
The sealant that they put down to stop the leaking is I thought it was painted on.
Oh, it's like the bottom of
bottom of a pool or a garage floor kind of a thing, right?
I've seen sometimes if you want to finish your pool, but you don't want to fully redo your pool, you can actually put this. It's like a plastic material that you can lay down, and then it presses up against the side, and it essentially becomes like a plastic pool bottom, or a rubbery pool bottom.
Yeah, they're calling they say a liner. They're calling it. It was supposed to be a sealant or a liner. It was
so it was
painted.
leaking. They were trying to fix the leak. Okay, because I was trying to figure out what were they trying to fix.
Well, they were saying that the pool was leaking, and it looked terrible, and the president would send out various AI-generated photographs of how bad it looked and how good it could look with an American flag blue bottom.
Okay.
And again, I'm all for it. Because I wrote a piece on this on My Northwest earlier in the week, and people come, are you against repairing our monuments? No, I even said in my piece, I think it's wonderful.
You love the monuments.
I think it's wonderful the president has dedicated effort and energy and resources to fixing fountains, cleaning up graffiti, repairing statues.
You just wish that if he's going to spend tax dollars doing it, that it's done well.
Do it right. Yeah, do it right.
Yeah,
and when if it goes wrong, take ownership.
Now, here's a question, though, because at the time, you were very, very positive. I think you said 0%, and I pushed you, and you said maybe 1% that it's possible that somebody vandalized it. Let me finish reading you this from the June 9th lawsuit, which turned over these documents, and then I'm going to ask you that same question again. While Landis did not say exactly when the damage occurred or identify any suspects, he cited a police report describing damage to the pool, quote, including a caulk over the foam sealant that was cut with a sharp knife or razor and destruction of delaminating surface materials. About 70 fence post tops were also thrown into the pool. A DOI spokesman told the Associated Press that the public notification about the damage was delayed because, quote, at the time of the June 9th incident, the vandalism was under investigation and believed to be isolated so as not to encourage deranged individuals. We did not announce that what we hoped to be an isolated incident. I do actually think that there is some value in, I understand what they're going for there. If it becomes a viral meme that everyone wants to start doing, then I can understand why they would say, like, hey, let's not publicize that somebody vandalized it.
Okay.
But you do have a police report going back to June 9th. Does that do anything for your 1% possibilities?
Not at all.
Not at all?
Not at all. Okay. So,
Does it go up to 2%?
What? Two different questions. Was there a chance someone cut the liner and separated at the edge of the pool where the caulk meets the sealant? That's what he's saying here.
Well,
that's what he's saying. Where the caulk meets the sealant.
No, they don't say at the edge of the pool.
Okay. Well, then I believe it even less.
Well, no, but if there's a let's say, for instance, if you have one of these liners, they emptied it, they put in the liner, they have to seal it because maybe they don't have a giant piece that covers the whole reflecting pool.
I watched the video coverage of them painting it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it possible that somebody cut it?
Possible. Yeah.
Does it up your chances of vandalization from 1% to something?
Yeah, maybe there's a 10% chance somebody vandalized
10%? That's a 1,000% increase.
Let me ask you this. Is the problem with the bottom of the pool, the algae, the bottom separating from the surface, the bottom surface of the pool, is that because of vandalism?
I don't know.
There's a 0% chance of that.
Well, would you say 0?
I would say 0.
How do you know?
Because I understand how science works.
If it's cut and that water gets into an area that's not supposed to be, isn't it possible that it changes the chemistry of it just a little bit?
No, I don't think so. I think if somebody cuts a piece of a liner and it's peeling in 100 places around the pool, which it is.
Okay. Well,
then that's the
algae expert. Not
the failure and algae grows on a dark pool.
We gotta go.
We didn't even get started on the algae vandals.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But for a view that's a real home run, check out right field. Make that the dump yard. Sure, it's a great spot to see our fearless outfielders fly, dive, and slide.
Wow! Victor Robles makes the catch!
But you might get to flash some leather too, because the forecast in the dump yard always calls for rain. Raining big dumper home runs, that is.
Number 60, the magical tour of Cal Raleigh just continues.
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
Don't miss next week's Cal Raleigh Funko Pop giveaway. You have 3 chances to score this one-of-a-kind collectible as the Mariners take on the Angels. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at T-Mobile Park. The first 10,000 fans at each game will head home with this must-have Funko Pop. Lock in your seats today at Mariners.com. That's Mariners.com.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. I came out in the 11th grade. Nobody was embracing you. The kids were cruel. It was very difficult to be gay. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. The hard part was determining that I was going to do it, but I definitely didn't do it alone.
At age 30, with the help of her mentor, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
I have a mentor, Maria. She convinced me to continue my education and to finish what I started to get my diploma. Just never judges. She's a true role model. If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
At the Boy Scouts of America, our oath remains. A Scout pledges to be kind, helpful, and brave. We're committed to providing a safe and welcoming environment where Scouts can establish the foundations of character that will last a lifetime. Our approach ensures the Boy Scouts of America is building the youth of today into the leaders we'll turn to tomorrow. The Boy Scouts of America. Building character is in our nature. Visit scouting.org to learn more about Scouting.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver. From New Nordic, search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon, CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
ABC News, I'm Mike Tebusky. A mistrial declared today in the federal arson case against the man who allegedly sparked the Palisades fire. Prosecutors say they will try again, and a judge has ordered 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderneck to be held in custody until that retrial. ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer says prosecutors brought an unusual case.
I've done arson cases, I've reviewed arson cases, but I've never heard of an arson case where a person is accused of starting a fire on one day, and then that fire going underground and continuing to cause a much larger, a record-breaking fire 7 days later.
Officials in Venezuela are updating the death toll from this week's earthquakes to 920, with more than 3,300 injured. Some 50,000 people remain unaccounted for in Venezuela. And the Centers for Disease Control today elevated its emergency response to the Ebola outbreak to level 1, the agency's highest designation. This is ABC News. King Charles is saying goodbye to Buckingham Palace as his official residence in London. ABC's Maggie Ruley is at the palace with details.
The king plans to remain at Clarence House just up the street. But guys, Buckingham Palace will remain kind of the headquarters for the royal family. We'll host things like state functions and royal banquets. And the palace had said that this plan will open up more opportunities for greater public access. Although exactly what that means remains somewhat unclear.
Apple is jacking up prices across its range of tech devices. MacBook Pros will now go for $2,000 to start. They had been $1,700, with the entry-level MacBook Neo also seeing a price hike from $600 to now $700. The tech giant blaming the artificial intelligence boom, with AI companies buying up computer chips, creating a lacking supply. And a small aircraft crashed into the tallest skyscraper in Beijing today. Authorities have yet to address the incident. I'm Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Hundreds laid off at a local gaming company. More on that coming right up after a check on your commute, brought to you by Global Credit Union. Out in Bremerton, we just reopened both directions of State Route 10 near National Avenue following about a 40-minute closure for a collision there. Tacoma to Olympia, we're improving, now down to a 1-hour commute. You're still packed between JBLM and DuPont. You'll clear out through Nisqually, and then more backups between Lacey and Olympia starting near Cabela's. South 5 heading into Seattle now is just a bumper-to-bumper jam from 130th and Northgate into downtown. Linwood to Seattle at 35 minutes, about a 15-minute delay. 99, a great option. Head over there. It is wide open heading into downtown. Global Credit Union, where members enjoy no-fee accounts and early payday with direct deposit. Learn more at globalcu.org.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. The World Cup matches in Seattle are packing the streets with tourists, but a local business owner says they're also driving away his customers.
Those are the worst days that we tend to have.
Vince Vu, owner of Ennui Bake Shop in the Chinatown International District, spoke with G and Ursula.
It's probably a combination of, folks being told, tourists being told, better avoid the CID, and the locals staying home because they're afraid of what's happening because of all the crowds.
Mayor Katie Wilson has pledged action to stop crime in the International District. Vu says he's still waiting. Nearly 300 workers have been laid off at a Bellevue-based video game studio, Bungie, according to the Seattle Times. That studio created the Halo and Destiny franchises. The cuts come after the final update to Destiny 2, which the company says fell short of expectations.
State budget officials are bracing for a tough road ahead. According to the forecast released today, projected revenue is down by nearly $1 billion since February. This is Economic and Revenue Forecast Council Exec Director Dave Reich.
Employment growth has been weak, more so I would say in Washington State than nationally. The last 3 months nationally, we've actually had decent employment growth, but here in Washington State, we continue to see weak growth in employment.
But there's some good news. Housing permits are up and capital gains tax collections came in higher than expected. The next forecast arrives in September ahead of Governor Ferguson's December budget rollout. A pregnant woman is recovering after a dog attack in Tacoma. Police say it happened late yesterday morning in the 4000 block of Puget Sound Avenue when two loose dogs, an American Pit Bull Terrier and an American Bully, went after her small dogs that she was carrying.
And the two dogs kind of target locked on the small dog, knocked the pregnant female to the ground. She was bit a couple times.
She was taken to the hospital and at last check was in stable condition. Tacoma Animal Control impounded the dogs and will conduct a dangerous dog investigation. The woman's small dog ran off and still has not been found. New barriers have gone up along Aurora Avenue in Seattle's Greenwood neighborhood as the city tries to curb violence and prostitution. Peter Orr has lived in that part of town for 16 years, and he tells KIRO 7, despite the crime, he doesn't want to leave.
Love the neighborhood too much for it. And who wants to let the pimps win?
The new barriers have been placed on North 96th, 98th, 100th, and 102nd Streets, adding to those already placed on 97th, 101st, and 107th. And now, checking your KIRO News Radio weather. Cloudy and isolated showers, a 66 for our high today. Similar forecast Saturday, and then Sunday will dry out, but keep the highs in the mid-60s. 63 and cloudy in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours left to go. 2 hours before Spike O'Neill has a glorious week off. You're going to have a blast.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
I'll still be here doing the show solo.
Having a blast.
Yeah. We're going to get a ton of great guests. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
we should have a barbecue here, live
while
on the air.
While on the air?
Yeah.
I don't know if
not inside.
No,
not inside. Silly beans. Ask us some local local barbecue places. Come by. You know, have a little barbecue on the back deck.
I can't ask him to do that. I'd love it, but I can't ask him.
Just stop by my house then. If you can't come to the station,
go to Spike's house.
And I'll call the station to tell you how great it is.
Bring a brisket. I always ask anyone to do that anytime they come over. I say,
can I bring anything?
They say, can I bring anything? And I say, yeah, bring some brisket. Thanks. Talk to you later. And then hang up. And they never do.
Genius.
They never do. Genius. All right. Let's talk about the World Cup for a second.
Oh.
The play, I mean, it is what it is. The U.S. lost to Turkey A.
Yeah.
3-2. It was a pretty good game, considering who was playing, which was not our starters. It was kind of a B team situation.
There were 7 American U.S. national team players, I should say, because they're not all Americans, just play with the U.S. national team, that had received yellow cards and were sat for the game with Turkey A. Because if you get 2 yellow cards in consecutive games, you miss the next game. They couldn't afford to play these guys. I think it was 7. There were 7 people issued yellow cards in the Austria game. Right, and it didn't matter for the standings, for your placement in the knockout bracket.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Turkey had a lot to prove. They were winless.
It was interesting because for both teams, the result actually didn't matter.
They'd already been eliminated.
Because they lost
losses.
twice.
Yeah.
America had already secured their spot in the knockout stage. So they're going to play Bosnia and Herzegovina. Is it Herzegovina or Gavinia?
Gavinia.
Turkey.
Gavinia.
All right. So they're playing Bosnia and Herzegovina on July 1st down in L.A. Or no, in Santa Clara.
Santa Clara, or the San Francisco Bay Area Stadium, as it's dubbed because of FIFA's rules.
And so this game really didn't matter, so it gave the opportunity for some players who weren't otherwise getting a lot of time to get on and actually play in a World Cup, and some of them scored goals, and it was really great until the last 30 seconds of stoppage time when Turkey A did this.
The USA's big star gets nutmegged.
Schooler still trying to get in. Chance for a cross. Comes back to the top of the box. Now it's clipped in at the backside. Matt Turner, it's stopped home. Turkey score the winning goal in the 98th minute.
Oh.
They might be going home tomorrow, but they're going wild now.
That game, did you watch that whole game?
I didn't watch. I got to admit, I got distracted in other things. I got in when they were trailing.
Sure.
U.S. was trailing. I saw the equalizer.
Get a comeback?
Yeah.
Pulisic. He got on the field and instantly had an impact. He almost had 2 goals.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Going to be great to see him at full street against the
Just
Bosnia
imagine him and all the
Herzegovina.
other starters playing against Bosnia and
Right.
Herzegovina.
Right.
It's going to be fun. But
I had, something I was unfamiliar with the term nutmegged.
Yes.
So when I hear he got nutmegged, I'm looking, is he down? Is he hurt? Is he going to be able to play next
I've been
round?
nutmegged myself. It hurts.
It sounds painful.
Takes you a couple hours to recover from that as a fella.
What I've come to understand, it's when you put the ball between the legs of another opponent, or of your opponent.
called a
And
nutmeg.
on that particular play, I was told by someone who knows the game, there were a pair of nutmegs
There was
on that
2
play.
nutmegs.
Yeah.
And the guy who nutmegged, it does sound purry, doesn't
Doesn't it? I thought, oh my gosh, those poor men.
The guy who
Who says it's a
nutmegged
non-contact sport?
Pulisic. Is it Pulisic or Pulisic? I feel like it's Pulisic. Andrew, do you know the answer to this? Is it Christian Pulisic? I think it's Pulisic.
Let's go with that for now.
The guy who nutmegged Christian, it was a teenager. He's like 16,
16-year-old?
17
I
years
read
old
that,
or
yeah.
something. He's a
Right.
tiny little baby boy.
And he's going to go home a hero.
Yeah.
Hero.
Because that's our number 1 American guy.
Right. And those big, nasty American teams, you took them down. You nutmegged their star.
Nutmegged him in the final.
That guy will never buy another cup of
minute.
coffee for the rest of his life.
And Turkish coffee's really
Really,
good.
really, really good.
It's really good. He's going to enjoy that.
Hey, did you hear what's the story on the anthem? I heard yesterday. I've heard.
Okay, so I watched we were watching the whole game. We had all the kids. I actually got in trouble for watching the game last night because my wife did not know that there was a game last night, and I had told my kids. I know. It's like, do you love America or what?
Seriously.
So I had told my
was she mail ordered? I didn't know that.
Don't tell anyone.
I'm sorry. It was so
We told
rude.
we told 3 of my sons that you guys can stay up and watch the whole game. So they were all excited because the game was kind of late. Started at 7:00.
Yeah, that's always
Those games stretch out a little bit.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So it was going to put them past bedtime. And my wife and I, we have a very busy schedule this weekend. We have 2 birthday parties today, and then we have other stuff all weekend.
Buddy.
It's just kids.
Yeah.
Why are all these kids celebrating their birthdays so much?
Well, no,
It's too much.
The problem is not their kids celebrating birthdays.
So parents are required to
No,
attend.
it's not. It's that you have popular children who get invited to parties. Believe me, if your kids were nose pickers, they wouldn't be going to a single party this weekend.
That's what I gotta do. I gotta give them some bad habits.
Your boys are gems.
They're okay.
They're the kind of kids other
I
families.
don't want to build them up. I don't want to build them up too much.
Are they fans of the show? Are they going to hear me say this? Because it needs to be said. Your kids are the kind of kids other parents want their kids to be friends with.
Absolutely.
And that, trust me, I heard that a few times through my bringing up my 2 kids.
Sure.
There's no
Isn't that
greater
a nice compliment?
There's no greater compliment you can get. That your kid is the kind of kid I want my boy to hang out with.
That's nice. That's very nice.
Why don't you hang out with them Skorheim boys a little more?
I would agree with you.
You don't see those guys shooting bottles, sharpening their pocket knives on the sidewalk.
Well, they do all those things. So I told my wife that they could stay up and watch, which means that their bedtime was going to be stretched out.
Yeah.
And we had planned on making, like last night, kind of our little night in. I got some white wine that was chilled. We were going to have some fun and watch Dutton Ranch. And then I forgot that the game was. I forgot to tell her the game was on, so she didn't know. So she comes into the room, and we're all sitting down, like ready to watch the game. And she's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "It's the game. This is our next 2.5 hours of life."
Yeah.
And she's like, "All right." So, and the kids had already been promised that they could watch the game, so it's tough to.
Oh, you had it, buddy.
Yeah, it's tough to put that back in the box. Anyway, so the game starts off, and the national anthem kicks off.
Right.
They play the Turkey one, which I don't know if it sounded fast or slow or whatever because I don't know it. But but I know I know our national anthem, and they start playing it. Let me play this for you and see if did you listen to it yesterday?
I didn't, but I've just heard people. There's been a buzz today.
There was a buzz. Yeah, definitely buzz. And you can watch as you watch the video of these guys singing along, as all the players singing along. They're trying to keep up to the pace of the music that's being played, which is way faster than it should be played.
What?
Yeah, listen to this. like like a verse behind. Just trying to keep up.
I gotta stand up for the band here.
Do you think they did a good job?
That's perfect. That has been perfect time.
That's a good pace.
That sounded like the Marine Corps marching band rendition of the national anthem. You watch a true brass band play the national anthem, that's the pace.
Yeah,
when
but
you've got a singer, they pace themselves. That version is not meant to be sang along with a crowd.
Yeah, you might be right.
I don't know a lot.
Right.
I don't know a lot, man, but I wanted to stand up and snap to attention when that thing started playing.
All right, you might be right.
Crisp pleats in my slacks. The 13 buttons on my trousers.
The players were not
they were
very slow.
I did watch that video. It wow.
Actually did not signal good things for the game that they were so far off. You're right. I'm waiting for it's the Whitney Houston version that I want.
And any singer's going to do it at their pace.
Yeah.
And an accompanying musician or musicians they'll rehearse and follow the pace of that singer.
Yeah,
this is a marching band, brass band version of the national anthem.
Do you remember the start of the games when it kicked off and they had the when was this? It was the World Cup national anthem. Here we go. This was the first day of the games. This
the guys, the country. Yeah, but
so good.
But listen to how the musicians follow the pace of the singers.
Let's compare these two.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light?
Yeah, it's a lot slower. There's also no music.
At the twilight's last gleaming.
That's how 80,000 people sing along.
I never really thought about that. I didn't even in my head. I would have told you. I would have sworn
Why are
up
they
and
rushing?
down.
They got a Dial soap commercial to get to.
Well, that's what I thought.
That's often what
trying to get to a
do.
hydration break.
Do you remember in TV? You might be a little too young for this. TV opening segments, opening credits.
Yeah,
used to be a minute and a half of opening credits.
I know.
The entire Welcome Back Kotter, there's lyrics.
Welcome back.
Yeah, nowadays, watch a sitcom. It's about 30-second opener so they can get to one more 60-second commercial.
Is that why they're so fast?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. They shorten them out. Nobody has a whole... Used to be every TV show had a theme song. Boy, the way Glenn Miller played, you name it. Welcome Back Kotter, John Sebastian. Played at Woodstock. This became a hit on the radio.
Welcome back.
This is a minute and 31 seconds.
That was the opener.
Can you imagine wasting?
You showed scenes of Brooklyn, the cast, the
city.
Cotter
walking into a
Cotter
building.
walking into class.
Slipping on a banana peel.
Here's the
goes,
sweat hogs mugging a student, taking his lunch money.
And he walks up behind, crosses his arms.
You shakes his little finger.
So.
Yeah. Here comes Mr. Woodman.
John Travolta still got hair.
When you watch the original episode of Friends, right? Yeah. The Rembrandts. Right?
Yeah.
That was a hit single. That was a full-length opener. Nowadays, watch Friends in replay somewhere. 12 seconds opening. And they cut the commercial.
No, you skip everything.
They skip everything.
Now you just say skip.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch the full theme song?
No. I mean, but when I talk about when you run something on syndication, there are networks that show Friends 24 hours a day, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But you won't see a full opening. You won't hear the Rembrandts. You won't see a full Friends opener anymore. They'll make a cut-down version and sell a spot. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I only see them on streamers now, so you could just skip it.
Yeah. But when you watch TV later, whatever network shows constant Friends television all day long, all night long. The Andy Griffith Show, you could whistle the whole song. Right? That thing, Opie and Anthony, they had to walk for 18 minutes filming that damn thing.
Because it's Friday and because you're going on vacation soon, what is the best TV theme song of all time?
Oh.
Do you have one?
Great question.
There is a lot of good ones.
There's a lot of great ones. I mean, Suicide is Painless from MASH.
I could never get past. I've never seen a single episode of MASH in my life.
What are you doing this weekend? You have any plans?
I've never seen. Andrew's raised arms. Have you seen it? Have you seen MASH?
Have I?
You've watched it?
I own every season.
Thank you, my friend.
Really?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Laura, you haven't seen it either. I know.
No idea.
Yeah. It's so depressing. I couldn't get past.
It's one of the funniest, best written, best cast shows in television
I wouldn't know
history.
it. I assumed it was a horribly depressing show.
That's how we deal with tragedy, is we use comedy to fight tragedy.
By scaring everyone away?
That's the beauty of MASH.
Can you find a MASH
That's what
theme
kept them
song,
sane.
Andrew, since you love it so much? Can we play a little bit of that?
In the movie version of MASH, the entire song was "Suicide is Painless" with lyrics. This is the theme song from television, no lyrics. But
This
is it. Oh, this is it. Yeah, this is their.
Visions of the things to be.
When I was a kid, I'd get up, I'd be on the floor watching TGIF. This would come on.
You get up, cross,
turn the TV off. I'd go, I'm going to put myself to bed.
It worked.
Yeah.
Best TV theme song of all time. It's hard to say. You got to have your. I love that from MASH. Those were the days. All in the Family. You know the Archie Bunker. Did you know that Carol O'Connor is a very accomplished singer, as is Gene Stapleton, and they had to.
So is Gomer Pyle.
Jim Nabors had the voice of an angel.
He did.
They took them. It was so hard for them to sing poorly, especially Gene Stapleton. And you know where you want it.
That's not her real voice?
Oh, no, that's her. But she's an accomplished vocalist.
Really?
Oh, yes, yeah. Carol O'Connor too.
They're singers?
Yes. Well, I mean, they were actors, but there's tape of Carol O'Connor singing. I think it's like on the Dean Martin show or Frank Sinatra Variety Hour or something.
Yeah.
He'll come out and he does this amazing, beautiful, accompanied by a pianist. Beautiful voice.
Do we have a little bit
and then
of that,
Archie
Andrew?
bunkers it up, man.
What are the Archie Buncher?
Yeah,
bunker?
those were the days.
Those were the days.
All in the
Archie
Family,
Bunker.
yeah. Boyd Away, Glenn Miller played. I could do it all.
Is that the one where he's like, I should slap you in the face?
No.
Is that the one?
At the song? You're thinking of Family Guy.
No.
Another great song.
I should give you one.
No, you're thinking
Dolores
of,
or something.
you're thinking, to the moon, Alice. You're thinking of the Honeymooners.
Oh, Honeymooners.
He constantly threatened.
Songs that made the hit parade.
Guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days.
And you knew where you were there.
Scenes of Queens, Brooklyn in the 70s.
They actually never get to an episode. It's
Never.
just 20 minutes of this.
I'm sorry. No, but the anthem down in California was a true military rendition of the national.
You've won me over on that one.
Hold on. Yeah, road LaSalle ran great. Yeah,
I ought to slap you. What was that from?
Eat it, Stephen, eat it.
Why do I think he was hitting her?
He never hit her. In The Honeymooners.
The Honeymooners.
Yeah,
that's a different show?
That's a show from the 50s.
Oh.
That was Jackie Gleason.
I thought they were the same thing. He's dressed like a milkman or something.
He's a bus driver.
He's a bus driver.
He's a bus driver in New York.
But it's in black and white.
It's in black and white. And he always said, to the moon, Alice. He was going to hit her to the moon. She was he'd ball his fist up to the moon. Yeah. That's a different world. We could hit our women back
What? How crazy. Nobody in the production office was like, I don't know.
No.
Is this like the best thing?
No. When they had the baby episode, doctor was smoking when he delivered the baby.
He says, this is one beautiful baby.
He taps his ashes out. Here, hold my smoke. I need two hands. This is a big kid.
He goes out into the waiting room. He shares a cigarette with what's his face.
Who has an extra stogie?
You got a beautiful boy there.
Meanwhile, every couple slept in separate beds.
Well, how did they make babies?
That was up to your imagination. The TV.
Oh, and I do.
You know, I Love Lucy. They never filmed the Dick Van Dyke Show. Robin and Dick, or Rob and Laura, right? Didn't sleep in the same beds. Television standards wouldn't allow a married couple to sleep in the same beds.
Yeah.
In early television.
You never see a toilet either.
You didn't.
There's never any toilets.
What was the first show that had a toilet in a shot?
Probably a cartoon. I'll bet you it was The Simpsons.
A TV show, maybe.
Or
Probably,
maybe. It could have been. Where did we start off in this segment? What were we talking about?
The national
anthem.
This is America,
this
buddy.
This has gone a long way.
Great.
This segment's gone down the toilet.
I told you I got senioritis and I'm off all next week. I warned you going in.
It's all right.
I was going to be off the rails today.
Lots of fun.
Uncontrollable.
Do you guys want to hear some local gossip?
Sure.
Do you guys want to talk about Bill Gates?
Oh my God! This is
Did you see
the transcripts came out.
The transcripts?
Yeah.
I
had to open a bottle of wine to read these things.
I know.
It was saucy stuff.
I was supposed to read it last night with my wife. No, just kidding. This is the absolute thing you would not want to read with your wife. This is just embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. And the story was Bill Gates was called in before a Senate committee investigating the Epstein files.
Yeah.
And it was behind a closed door session. We had commentary from Gates himself at a Microsoft event, talking about what bad judgment it was to be associated with Jeffrey Epstein. He did it for what he would hope to be philanthropic reasons. Epstein promised him access to a donor class for the Gates Foundation.
This is what I got to say. This is what this is the story from Bill Gates.
Right.
So I would say that's a slanted. My personal cynicism would say
it's
that's
a spun tale.
That's the most
favorable,
friendly,
yes.
description of their relationship told to us through Bill Gates,
yeah.
the person in question.
Right.
So when we read to you and we get back some of these transcripts and some of what was revealed, you're going to be scratching your head, just like I was.
Yeah.
And I know you probably were too.
I was, but I will say that, and we'll play it when we get back. Well, at least we'll read to you these transcripts because they were behind closed doors, and the government's required to give us the actual transcripts of congressional testimony.
Yeah,
that's often the only way we find out how things were said behind closed doors that aren't cut in the sound
That's why
bites.
we know so much about UFOs,
right? Let's hear when we get back.
We'll get into this. There's more affairs than we thought.
Yeah.
Originally,
and tales of blackmail.
There's tales of blackmail.
Yeah.
There's tales of whether or not Gates' description of his relationship with Epstein is, to me, one that I can't fully understand. I don't believe what he's saying.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
We'll read to you what he describes, and then you guys can make that judgment for yourself. Yeah. All right, we got a lot of stuff coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Will?
When I was 50, my whole life fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost the house, I lost pretty much everything except for my life. When the IRS came calling, I just didn't have it in me. I felt like Wile E. Coyote, just waiting for that IRS anvil to drop.
Then Will found tax relief advocates.
I heard their advertisement on the radio, I wrote down the number, and I made the call that changed everything. The IRS gave me a bill for $40,000. Tax Relief Advocates got that down to $3,200. I've paid 9 cents on the dollar. Now that's a great deal in anybody's book.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Will did and call TRA for a consultation.
But for me, the real win is I got my life back.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-488-2578. 800-488-2578. That's 800-488-2578.
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. And if there's 2 things you can count on, it's your smoke detector battery dying at 3 a.m. Not 3 p.m. on a Saturday when you have nothing going on, but in the middle of the night when you're fast asleep.
Oh, come on!
Get 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Just one more thing you can count on. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Ah. Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, 6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. 2 men are in critical condition after an all-night cliffside rescue in the mountains above Wilkeson in Pierce County. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has the story.
Pierce County Search and Rescue responded to an iPhone crash alert just before 10:30. When first responders arrived at the remote location, they found a vehicle about 250 feet down a steep slope off National Forest Road 110 near T-Rex Falls. Crews, including rope technicians, worked through freezing, foggy conditions to stabilize and hoist both patients up the cliff. The victims were airlifted to the hospital around 8:30 Friday morning. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Health officials out with another reminder for World Cup visitors, telling them to be cautious with cannabis products. The Washington Poison Center says edible cannabis can be much stronger than many people expect. The center says many users have mistakenly eaten an entire package instead of a single 10-milligram serving. To the closing bell report now on Wall Street, a down day. The Dow lost 44 points, NASDAQ off 61, S&P 500 lost 3 points. Just got a lot more expensive to buy some popular tech products. Apple announcing prices are going up more than $100 for some products. And ABC's Elizabeth Schultze reports they are not alone.
AI uses a lot of computing power, and that has caused demand and prices for computer chips to skyrocket. This is not just a problem that's hitting Apple. Microsoft just announced that it will increase Xbox prices by $100 to $150, citing the chip shortage.
The cheapest version of an Xbox will run you about $500 starting August 1st. The most expensive is climbing to $800. Seattle's housing market is cooling off as the spring season winds down. New data from Redfin shows fewer homeowners are listing while buyer demand softens. Nationally, home prices just hit a record high, keeping many buyers away. In Seattle, that pressure is showing with median sale prices down nearly 5% from a year ago. Pending sales have dropped 12%. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 1:33. Here's Nate Connors.
Thank you, Aaron. Wilcox Farms has the update. In Puyallup, we recently cleared a collision westbound 512 and Meridian. Still pretty solid as you approach the scene in both directions. North 5 approaching 512. You've got close to a 2-mile bumper-to-bumper backup where heavy rain squalls just moved through, slowing traffic down. Tacoma to Olympia has gone back to an hour and 5-minute commute. Scattered backups from the JBLM main gate all the way into downtown Olympia. North 5 through Federal Way at South 272nd. A collision blocks the HOV lane. Here in Seattle, South 5, we're struggling. Bumper to bumper from 130th into downtown. It's a half-hour trip from Linwood into downtown. And North 5 slows at the Michigan curve just past I-90. For a convenient, healthy snack on the go, look for a ready-to-eat Wilcox hard-boiled eggs. Find Wilcox eggs at Costco, Metro Market, Safeway, and other local grocers. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
We are cloudy today with some slightly breezy conditions and pockets of showers. Right now, 63 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. I saw this piece in the Seattle Times about Bill Gates. You guys know Bill Gates? Do you need a primer on who he is?
He invented the gate, right?
He invented the gate.
Yeah, without him, we were just nothing but fence and wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just open fences.
Sorry.
And he came up with a gate, which is genius, and he named it after himself. No, obviously Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates. So he did this behind closed doors congressional interview with lawmakers. It was earlier this month.
Yeah.
And here was a little bit from Bill Gates himself. He spoke to the press before entering the congressional hearing.
I'm glad to be here voluntarily to testify, to help with the committee's work. I hope my testimony is helpful to the important work of the committee to find justice for the victims.
Okay. So we don't obviously have cameras from inside, but they do record these things.
And give us full transcripts.
And they give us transcripts.
Yeah. And before we get into the I'd say juicy, but no. Disgusting sometimes, embarrassing often.
Yeah, confusing.
Yeah.
Also, details.
They're hearings under oath, testimony given under oath, under penalty of perjury.
Mm-hmm.
So you play some of the other things you have to play, and we'll give some examples we want to give to you. But I might have a different take on this than you do.
Oh, really?
We'll see. I'll see how it plays out.
All right. So this was him talking about his relationship with Epstein. He told lawmakers that he denied knowing that Epstein had a criminal conviction. He says he was unaware of that. And when pressed about it, specifically says, quote, I knew that it was of a sexual nature. He didn't know the details of his criminal conviction. So I guess he knew the criminal conviction. He didn't know what he was convicted for.
This is in reference to the, I think, 2007 conviction down in Florida of, I believe it was something regarding prostitution.
There was a plea deal that he struck a plea deal
right. Of a lesser crime.
For soliciting prostitution from a minor.
That's exactly the
which
verbiage.
You can't do because minors can't consent to selling sex.
Exactly.
So,
which makes the plea agreements all the more suspect.
Yeah, it makes it suspect. What it sounds like to me is it sounds like that would be rape, right? Because a minor cannot consent to having sex with somebody.
Anybody who's watched 2 episodes of Law and Order could probably verify that for you.
I'm not a lawyer.
Like
I don't know if that's what it is, but that sounds
pretty
like
easy deduction to come to.
Yeah. So Bill Gates claims, he says, I knew it was of a sexual nature, but no, I didn't know. I don't think I knew then. Dug into the specifics, although I probably should have. I would say this feigns credulity to me that he didn't know any of these specifics.
Yeah, this isn't a rube we're talking to here. This is a pretty smart guy.
He's a learned individual.
Yeah.
He says he did not fully know about Epstein's sex offender registration requirements and status from his 2008 conviction until 2018 when he read it in a Miami Herald article. Now, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Gates hangs out with this guy. According to the article, they hung out, what was this, like 18 times or something? Is that
quite a few?
Some number around
including flying on Epstein's plane to Epstein's Island.
I watched a documentary once about Bill Gates, and he was talking about nuclear power.
Mm-hmm.
And His assistant was featured in the documentary. The person who literally like packs his reading tote everywhere this guy goes. He's reading and he's learning. He doesn't want to waste any time. And because he's super rich, he's probably not driving himself around much, even though driving is really fun. I like it.
It really is.
If I get really rich, I don't think I'm going to stop driving. I like it. Sometimes I won't drive, but you get it. So he carries his tote with him everywhere he goes. So if he's on his private jets, or if he's on his yachts, or if he's in the back of a fantastic car, he's learning things because he wants to be in the know. I would imagine that probably extends to the people he surrounds himself with.
It's a safe assessment to make, or assumption to make on who he is and how he handles his life.
Also, the relationship between Epstein and Gates. Gates kind of describes as, I was just trying to solicit his connection to a donor pool for his foundation.
Right, that's a valid reason to hang out with a guy like Jeffrey Epstein, to go to a place like Epstein Island.
But if you were going to do that, wouldn't you also become let's say that you're going in, what he's describing as a business relationship, right? It's not a friendship, it's a business relationship.
That's how he'd like to frame it, sure.
If you go into a business relationship, you're trying to do everything you can to make sure that you're like fully prepared. And Bill Gates strikes me as somebody who's always fully prepared.
Yeah.
What are the chances that he has research done on Epstein and it doesn't come back that this guy has a 2008 conviction for soliciting prostitution from a minor?
Seems hard to believe.
It seems hard to believe.
Let me ask you this. What if your goal is to get inside this circle, and you've heard the plausible deniability? You've heard the term, right?
Well,
if it's more important to you because you want to do good work through your Bill Gates Foundation, you want access to some of the world's richest people, deepest pockets.
Yeah.
You want access to that world, and to do so, you have to maintain an ignorance of who you're dealing with for deniability reasons alone.
So you're
and he's
saying,
made a moral decision.
I don't want to know.
Yes, I think that's more likely to me, because if there's no way this guy could look and not see, you can choose to not look.
Here's a question: how do you choose to not know something, though? Like he tells his people, he goes, hey, give me some information, but if there's anything on him being connected to any kind of conviction I'd
like plausible deniability. I don't want to know. I don't want to have to lie someday in front of a Senate hearing and perjure myself by saying I had no knowledge of his criminal activity.
That's a very good. It's a good way. It's a good perspective on what he might have been thinking.
May have done, yeah. We will never know.
But if you get to that point where you're having to tell people, "Hey, I'd like plausible deniability if I ever end up in front of a congressional committee investigating my relationship with this guy."
But what if it's the price you pay for curing malaria?
Well, here's the other question, though.
Okay.
Why does Bill Gates, one of the richest men in the world, need Jeffrey Epstein's money? If it's a business relationship and it's not about sex, but we know that through their connections and all the different stuff, Bill Gates in this article, he talks about, what did he have, 3 affairs?
4. That's the other detail.
Or that Epstein was aware that this guy had affairs? Well, there's allegations of another one.
There's allegations.
Fully confirmed?
Yes.
I don't know.
Here, when I said I may have a different take than you on this, I think this was a very courageous thing for Bill Gates to do. It's self-preservation, of course. He wants to go in and say, I had no knowledge. I want to clear myself of the accusations of any criminal activity on my behalf.
Sure.
I'm going to give up some very embarrassing details about my life. And if I can hold him to trust him at his word, I want to try to bring some justice to the victims. And I may know some things that may be helpful. I'm going to reveal some very embarrassing things. And I'm under oath. I'm under threat of perjury. And this transcript is going to be made public. He went in there knowing whatever these senators or congressional representatives ask him, it's going to be made public, and it's going to get chewed on, because we love this kind of story.
Let me read you this piece from the Seattle Times. And then I would like to put all of what you just said through the prism of where Bill Gates would have been at the time during this. Fully grown, fully functioning brain. It's not like he's a teenager who's all his hormones are pumping and he sees a pretty girl and just has to go talk to her. Yeah. This is a married man who has a lot to lose, who is a leader. Not only is he a business leader, but people look to him for advice. Presidents seek his advice on policy.
He was a global thought leader.
He's a global thought leader. All right. So I'm going to read to you from the Seattle Times piece. Epstein said that he was, quote, helping Bill to get drugs. They're talking about this email exchange that Epstein sent himself an email where it looks like he may have been trying to concoct some way to, whether or not he had what he needed to potentially blackmail Bill Gates based on information he had from Bill Gates.
Okay.
So this is from Seattle Times piece. Epstein said he was, quote, helping Bill to get drugs in order to deal with consequences of sex with Russian girls to facilitate his illicit trysts with married women. Gates has denied most of the contents of this email, admitting only that he had several affairs. He told lawmakers during the closed-door interview that he, quote, never had an STD, but he could see where Epstein got that from. And then they expand a little bit on that. When asked by a member of Congress whether Gates had told Boris Nikolic, a Gates advisor who regularly communicated with Epstein and introduced the two, he was worried he might have an STD. Gates said, quote, it's possible I said something like that, which later turned into the lie that I actually had an STD. I mean, there's a lot here where it feels like I don't understand how you could say like, well, it's possible I did say something about an STD, which later was misconstrued as me saying I had an STD. Why would you even be talking about an STD or needing drugs that you wanted to give your wife surreptitiously?
Wasn't that the story that came out when Melinda Gates was interviewed about how Bill tried to slip her?
That was the allegation.
Like medication.
Can you give me some secret medicine in case I pass?
Catch something I give to my married wife.
Something I gave to my wife? Yeah. And then the idea that he has no idea. He says in this piece, like, I had no idea.
It strains credulity. You're right. It really does.
It strains a lot.
But he's a smart guy, and he knows how to dance up to a line and not go past it.
Sounds like he went past a couple lines. At least 3 times that he admitted to.
Rumored to be 4. Yeah. And again, that's why I say it's a brave thing to go do, because he went there voluntarily. He spoke on the record.
Sure.
He released some very embarrassing details about who he was as a person,
yeah,
which will affect his business moving forward, his philanthropic efforts moving forward.
Sure. Yeah.
He put a lot on the line, but he wanted to clear his name. I'm not an animal. I'm not a monster.
Yeah. Interesting.
Lesser of two evils.
We'll see if it works. Well, we'll see if it works over time. All right, we got a lot more coming up. We got Friday Favorites coming up next. Oh, no, we don't. We got a whole nother segment.
We got another segment coming up before Friday Favorites.
We got other stuff. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Well, folks, the rainy season's behind us. Summer's upon us. It's going to get hot. It was hot last week. It rained yesterday. How's your roof holding up? Do you even know how it got through the winter months? How about doing yourself a favor? Call my friends at Integrity Roofing and Construction and get yourself a free video inspection, free roof assessment today. They can take a look and see how your roof held up during the winter months, see if any repairs or replacements are needed. They can check your insulation, make sure you're ready for the hot summer months ahead. There's no charge for any of that. Go to Integrity's website, integrityrc.com. Take a look at their wonderful reviews. Book yourself a free estimate today. Schedule it up or give them a call at 206-202-ROOF.
Please be advised. You may want to stop eating the following foods immediately: broccoli, kale, bean sprouts, blueberries, quinoa, spinach.
Wait, what? I thought those were good for me.
Turns out, not for everyone. Because what's healthy for one person can cause inflammation for another. And the only way to really know what your body needs is to listen to it.
Listen how?
That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to understand what's happening inside you right now. When your results come in, you'll learn exactly which foods to eat, which to avoid, and which supplements are right for you. All based on the world's largest RNA-based human biology database and thousands of clinical research studies. And many people who use Viome report more energy, better digestion, and a better mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing. Learn more at viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase. Viome. Trust your gut.
Check out the Puyallup Tribe's Firecracker Alley's new location at 3509 72nd Street East in Tacoma. Stock up now for your 4th and enjoy great food at Firecracker Alley. 3509 72nd Street East in Tacoma. Open now through July 4th.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better, live stronger. Start now.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi?
They even brought their own devices and spell book.
You didn't give them the new Wi-Fi password, right?
No.
That's good.
I gave them our old one. Because Xfinity lets us keep the same network name and password so devices connect instantly.
What do they want Wi-Fi for anyways?
Better not to know. Plausible deniability.
Get streaming or scheming instantly with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in one price for the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for 5 years. Guaranteed. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver. From New Nordic. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon, CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Costs are up, but life doesn't have to slow down. Subaru of Puyallup has fuel-efficient, all-wheel drive models meant for summer road trips. Experience the redesigned Subaru Outback. Bold, safe, more capable. For stress-free pricing and offers, visit SubaruofPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership.
All right, welcome back to the show. Let's give you guys some updates on the wonderful world of World Cup fans. It's a mouthful. This comes to us from Luke Ducey, who found this story. Did you see this, Spike?
I heard Luke talking about this story in the newsroom.
Okay.
This may be the most American thing I've heard yet in World Cup 2026.
Okay.
Is that safe to say? Because we've been featuring foreign fans coming to America and the spirit they bring and the revelry they enjoy, the communities they build, the international mingling of fan bases.
And we're loving how much they're loving America. It's making us appreciate things that we have taken for granted and just forgotten are so great.
We had our travel photographer come through, Chuck Fazio, and saw the city through a new set of eyes, and it reminded us how wonderful Seattle could be.
Yeah.
Not just when the World Cup's in town.
Yeah, but the whole country is on display.
Oh,
and it's like
the people that go to Buc-ee's. I've seen numerous reporters. When I say reporters, these are just foreign fans visiting America, social media bloggers, whatever, who go to Buc-ee's, the world's largest gas station, and it's like
it's Disneyland to them.
It is. That's yes.
Where you can get brisket. You can go to Buc-ee's and get brisket, and you can get your oil changed. You can get your truck worked on.
You can get a shower.
You can take a shower in a nice bathroom.
You can have a CB radio installed. Go full American experience if you want to. They can do it all at Buc-ee's.
You can do it all. This is a German tourist. He is visiting America, and somebody asked him in this clip there. And was this ABC News? ABC News. ABC News is kind of like, what are you taking away from this experience?
Right.
You're
visiting this nation. You've heard so much about. Yeah.
Maybe you've never been here, but America. Everybody probably can admit this. America's not always depicted as glorious as we maybe feel that it is on foreign shores. And I get it. They're a little jelly. That's fine.
You bet, man.
But this guy, what's your experience? What are you taking away from this, German, in America from the World Cup? And this is what he had to say.
What do you think you'll take away from your visit here in the United States, back to Germany?
Ranch. I love ranch. I tasted here and it's delicious. And I take 2 bottles with home.
That's a language barrier, folks.
Ranch.
That's
ranch
a language
dressing.
barrier. What do you take away from What do you take away from this experience? We understand him to mean. What has had the most impactful memory that you'll bring? Is it the people? Is it the place? Is it the size?
Yeah.
What are you taking away? I'm taking in my luggage a wrench.
I've got it right here, wrench.
We want to remind you that. And so, do you got the Luke's clip about the TSA?
Yes. Yeah.
That
talked to TSA. About this.
That is magic.
The one that I love is obviously,
He asked the TSA, have they confiscated anything interesting from people
from visitors who have
coming
and are leaving? Yeah.
The one that I love is obviously, I don't want to specifically push a vendor, but Kraft came out this morning with a TSA compliant size of ranch, a ranch container, and so we're seeing both companies and travelers take advantage of it. Again, it's all in good fun, and it really showcases the pride in America that we have, both at TSA but also across the department and across the government. And again, we're happy and really honored to share the spirit of American culture with visitors across the world. All good fun.
The spirit of American culture is mayonnaise, buttermilk, and herbs and spices.
And it's delicious.
It's delicious. Come
it's
on.
It's really good.
Of all the things we invented, steam engines, the electric light bulb, the telegraph.
What's your favorite? Ranch. Do you know what's so great about this? Like, one, it just highlights all the wonderful things that we just have in America that we don't even think about.
Exactly.
Like ranch. So we're surrounded by just wealth and riches. Even if everybody's not like, driving around in the sweetest car in the world, or maybe you feel the pinch every month when you got to pay your bills, you have it way better here than almost everywhere else on the planet.
Amen.
So here's the other thing that I find really interesting. The beauty of the free market. Who makes ranch? Who is Kraft?
Hidden Valley.
That's like the main.
That's them. Yeah.
Okay. So Hidden Valley, there's no possible way that before the World Cup they thought to themselves, you know what's going to be a really big hit during World Cup? Our salad dressing. Yeah. But they are capitalizing on it, and they have already figured out how to turn out a TSA compliant carrier of 3.4 ounces to get through so that foreign fans can take that beloved new thing back to their country. If government tried to do that, they wouldn't have it until the next World Cup. It would take them 4 more years.
Right.
But because it's a private business, they said, hey, you know what? We can get this turned around this weekend. Let's do it.
And for those of you out there who are thinking, thank goodness the TSA compliant ranch is available, all you got to do is put it in your checked luggage. You can. There are stories.
There are other ways.
There are stories of people who are leaving. I'm going to leave behind 2 pairs of shoes.
Yes.
And some jeans because I'm taking 4 bottles of ranch home.
Yes. You can carry, put it in your luggage, check it through.
The carry-on luggage has a size of liquid limitations of 3.4 ounces. Thank you, Kraft, for making a TSA-compliant carry-on. In case you're going to eat on the plane, you can't wait to get back to Dusseldorf to enjoy some tasty ranch dressing.
Here's a little more from the ranch makers.
Kraft is now announcing new travel-size ranch packs to help World Cup fans bring a taste of America home. Many tourists tried to pack it in their carry-ons on the way home, but TSA confiscated the bottles due to the large size. Hidden Valley Ranch is also in on the craze. They're looking to hire ranch ambassadors in Europe to promote the creamy condiment.
That's so amazing.
You want a dream gig?
Yeah.
Go through Europe. Just walk through various restaurants in Europe.
And hand out ranch?
Don't even hand, just squeeze it on. Hey, that fish and chips. Those chips.
Oh my gosh.
Those French fries, we call them chips.
French fries.
You've been eating them with mayonnaise. That's what they put on chips in England.
Try a little of this, son.
How about this? How about your mind going?
Beautiful.
America.
God bless America. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Friday favorites next. Stick around.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. You've heard the saying, you are what you eat. Eggs are an incredible source of protein and omega-3s. But have you thought about what the hens eat to make healthier eggs? At Wilcox Farms, our hens enjoy organic pastures and a diet of organic grains and flaxseed, creating vibrant yolks, richer flavor, and real nutrition for your family. Next time you're at the store, choose Wilcox Eggs. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
At the Boy Scouts of America, our oath remains. A Scout pledges to be kind, helpful, and brave. We're committed to providing a safe and welcoming environment where Scouts can establish the foundations of character that will last a lifetime. Our approach ensures the Boy Scouts of America is building the youth of today into the leaders we'll turn to tomorrow. The Boy Scouts of America. Building character is in our nature. Visit scouting.org to learn more about Scouting.
This is Ricky Rubio, point guard for the Phoenix Suns.
And I'm Holly Robinson Peete, actor and along with Ricky, ambassador for Delivering Jobs. We know that a job is empowering and instills confidence. Yet 81% of adults with developmental differences don't have a paid job, even though companies that employ people with differences report better morale and higher productivity.
There are 6.5 million people in the US with an intellectual or developmental difference such as autism.
And now, thanks to Autism Speaks, Best Buddies, the Hollyride Foundation, and Special Olympics, there has never been more opportunity to improve hiring practices and build a more inclusive workforce. Join me, Ricky Rubio, and these amazing organizations in supporting and creating pathways to 1 million employment and leadership opportunities for this talented community.
Visit deliveringjobs.org to learn more.
That's deliveringjobs.org.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Let's talk about summertime. Bikinis, the occasional Speedo, sunshine, and almost always more drinking. But don't let the wine coolers or hard lemonades fool you. Too many drinks at the beach can get you in a whole lot of trouble. You're sporting a farmer's tan, but the police are wearing heavy, dark uniforms. And it's not because they're comfortable. If you don't take preventative measures, your summer tan can become a costly burn. Take a designated driver with that aloe vera and SPF 50. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com to set up a free private consultation. Jail is no place to ask, missed a spot? Mind getting where I can't reach? Be reasonable this summer. And always remember, 1-800-DUI-AWAY has your back.
1-800-DUI-AWAY! Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Mike Dubosky. The House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed billionaire Leon Black in connection with its investigation into convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The hedge fund billionaire walked out of an interview before the House Oversight Committee today, apparently refusing to answer questions from lawmakers. Speaking to reporters on Capitol Hill, the top Democrat on the committee, Representative Robert Garcia of California, said he supports the move.
He made the decision to not answer questions. We kept pressing. The decision to not continue was his. The majority did the right thing in issuing those subpoenas.
The death toll is mounting in Venezuela, where now more than 900 people are confirmed dead after this week's 2 earthquakes. Some 50,000 people are still missing. Today, the first plane full of American aid arrived in Venezuela. And at least a dozen new fires have started in Utah in the last day, as much of the western half of the country contends with severe wildfires. This is ABC News. Former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton pleaded guilty today to a single count of illegal retention of national security information. It comes after Bolton shared notes taken from his time serving the first Trump administration with his wife and daughter. ABC News Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas was in the courtroom.
There was a dramatic moment toward the end of the hearing in which the former National Security Advisor was asked if he had acknowledged and admitted to committing this crime. He said so and said, quote, "I'm sorry for it." Also, when asked how he was going to plead in connection with the single count, he simply said guilty.
Bolton faces up to 5 years in prison and has agreed to pay a fine of more than $2 million. A house explosion triggered by a gas leak injures one person and causes extensive damage to at least 15 homes yesterday afternoon in Ohio. At a news conference, the Twinsburg Fire Chief Earl Wilson said, amazingly, only 2 people suffered minor injuries. I'm Mike Dubosky, ABC News.
When sports and politics collide, a preview of tonight's World Cup match in Seattle after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. ESTA just checked in with us to let us know they'll be closing downtown streets in Pioneer Square and the Stadium District around 4 this afternoon, leading up to the 8 p.m. World Cup match. So if you need to get some stuff done downtown, now's the time to do it. South 5 heading into Seattle, bumper to bumper from Northgate Way into I-90. Linwood to Seattle's got a 10-minute delay, taking you 35 minutes. North 5 We're heavy from the Michigan Curve to the Columbia Tower. Highway 99 is wide open through downtown in both directions. You might want to consider this as your alternate route. Bellevue to Renton on 405 is a half-hour trip. You're jammed up from mid-Bellevue through Factoria. Still got a collision north 5 at South 272nd and Federal Way. It's been moved over to the far right lane. It was in the HOV. So you're backed up to 300th. Federal Way to Seattle, a 45-minute trip, 10-minute delay here. Tacoma to Olympia, 1 hour, and we've got a new crash north 5 at Marvin Road in Lacey. It's actually a disabled semi blocking 2 right lanes. This support is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Don't miss fireworks nights all summer, presented by T-Mobile. Next up is the Patriotic Show, July 3rd. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. It's another World Cup match day in Seattle where politics and pride will collide. City is kicking off Pride Weekend just as Egypt and Iran prepare to play at Lumen Field. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports.
New pressure from the Iran Soccer Federation for FIFA to stop any LGBTQ plus celebrations inside Seattle Stadium during today's match. FIFA responding, the World Cup is inclusive and pride flags and celebrations are welcomed. Seattle Pride's Patty Hearn.
It's absolutely important, I think, to show the world, to show the people in Seattle, the people who are visiting, when a community can come together and show their allyship better for everyone.
Human rights groups have condemned Egypt's policies on homosexuality and Iran, where same-sex relationships are illegal. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The president of FIFA says tonight's match itself is not officially tied to Seattle Pride. Mayor of Linwood says he needs to do more after a recent shooting put a 17-year-old boy in intensive care. Mayor George Hurst says at least 30 shots were fired June 12th at a busy shopping plaza. The boy survived. 2 teens were arrested.
But still, the danger to the community was real. 30 shots fired at a busy intersection and parking lot with lots of people. We were just lucky.
He's vowing to make sure police have the staff and resources to respond fast. A drug trafficker from Lakewood is going to prison for 7 years.
21-year-old Antonio Velasquez Encinas first got onto law enforcement's radar in 2022 when he was 17. The U.S. Attorney's Office says he and his aunt were pulled over with 14 pounds of meth in the car. They weren't charged then, but the feds say 2 years later, Encinas was leading a drug trafficking organization which distributed large quantities of methamphetamine to numerous local redistributors in the South Sound region. In all, 8 members of the organization have been indicted and linked to some 20 pounds of meth deliveries. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
An illegal campsite in Clallam County left behind a massive mess near the Slab Camp trailhead. Took sheriff's crews 2 days and 3 landfill trips to clean it up. Workers say they removed nearly 4,700 pounds of trash, including pallets, tires, 3 tents, carports, and hundreds of pounds of scrap metal. See your forecast now. Overcast skies this afternoon. Pockets of light rain as well, and highs today in the mid-60s. Right now, 63 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour left to go.
All I want is ranch dressing.
I know.
That's all I can think about. It's horrible. I love ranch, don't get me wrong.
Last break, we were talking about a German fan was asked by ABC News, like, what are you taking away from this? Like, kind of a thoughtful...
This experience, yeah.
Taking away from this World Cup. And ranch dressing. He's very excited about ranch.
I got 2 bottles in my luggage. And I asked you, do you know the history of ranch dressing? And you didn't know.
And I said, wait. I was telling you on the break, wait until the show, because I would love to hear this. And I hope it is interesting for the audience.
So there was a guy named Steve Henson back in the 50s. He was originally from Wisconsin. He was working up in Alaska. And he was the chef and preparing food for his work crew. And he figured out that he was serving moose often, and just whatever. In Alaska work crews, you serve what you get your hands on, sure. Right? So he mixed buttermilk and mayonnaise and some herbs and spices and came up with this condiment to make the stuff these workers were forced to eat with more popular. It became so popular, people were asking for the recipe. He would create packages of the seasoning and a recipe to mix it with buttermilk and mayonnaise, and selling this. The company grew. They moved. He and his wife. He and his wife bought property in California, Hidden Valley. They expanded their company. They branded this product. They sold this product. It was bought by a corporation in the 70s, and it went global. One guy trying to find something to make his food more, trying to be good to the people, the workers that he was feeding on a regular basis, his work crew. And he puts the stuff together. Yeah, if that's not a story of American ingenuity.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right? And next, Hidden Valley Ranch is everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's synonymous with great taste.
And now they've got. I mean, doesn't Hidden Valley offer all sorts of different
all kind of stuff?
Salad dressings.
I didn't want to say, but you ever doctor up your ranch?
What do you do to doctor up your ranch?
If we're having Mexican, I'll mix taco seasoning in with it. Oh, dude, you can add ginger soy to ranch, make a little bit of an Asian flavor to it. If you're going to have some tempura,
I've never even considered this.
Oh my God,
my head is exploding.
It's America, buddy.
I thought that going crazy with ranch
we're number one.
I thought it was like sometimes I dip it in French fries.
Sometimes I put it on veggies. No,
That's
dude,
what I thought.
You can enhance your ranch. Dare to dream, buddy.
That's amazing.
I'm telling you, right?
What's your favorite food to eat ranch with?
Buffalo wings.
Yeah, it's pretty
right.
fancy.
I mean, some people they go blue cheese. Hooters started the whole blue cheese thing. I think they're in bed with big cheese. I don't buy it.
Yeah,
for me it's ranch. Got a ranch, man.
Ranch is so good.
It goes with pizza. It goes with wings. It goes with burgers. It goes with fries.
Is this your favorite salad dressing? Is ranch?
It depends. Yeah, when I'm just having a salad, I really do love a nice Asian ginger soy.
I just was going to say,
love it.
There's a ginger dressing.
Yeah.
My wife buys. I don't know where she buys it, but it's made of magic.
It's made of magic.
It tastes like it's got meth or something.
It's like dragon tears or something.
So good.
It's amazing.
Is it the same one that you eat? Brown bottle?
I don't know. I tend to make my own.
Oh, you make your own?
I sometimes make my own.
That's a chef.
I love to do it, man.
That's pretty cool. All right. This is the time of day where we talk about our favorite stories of the week.
Yeah.
And we look back and we have a lot of fun. You guys have made suggestions. We've taken some of those into account. You've sent those to us at 888-973-5476. Laura, why don't you start us off? Favorite story of the week, favorite audio of the week. What do you got?
I mean, it's got to be the drunk Scottish fans in Miami. And this is my favorite because this is the one I was the most scared of editing and playing this audio, because there's all these drunk Scottish people screaming in the background of a TV report, and I'm listening in. Like, is there something we can't air in there?
You're trying to save our jobs, and we appreciate it.
I probably
you don't
listen
need
to
to
this.
say drunk Scots. You could just say Scots.
Sure, right. Anyway, we'll take a listen of the edited version of this. They grabbed the mic from a TV news reporter.
Oh, perfect.
I'm with a group of the Toronto Army here as we just finished our march from the volunteer.
We love Miami. We love Miami. Up to Scotland. Up to Scotland.
Okay. All right. So I'm Scottish fans.
I'm sorry.
So no Scotland, no party. That is, of course, the Scotland, no
They're yelling.
No Scotland, no party.
No party. No Scotland, no party. Oh, my God.
The Scots
they're
have really...
great.
Are the Scots... did they punch well above their weight in this tournament? I don't even know how they're doing in the tournament.
Who cares?
All I know is that the fans.
They did win. They did win that side of the bracket, the fan side of the bracket. Yeah, I mean there have been some incredible entries. The Norwegian rowers.
Yeah,
unbelievable. The Japanese fan base that not just cleans up their section of the stadium.
Yeah,
they clean up parties. They clean up the streets. Was it the I want to say the Iranian team, who, despite all the travel problems that they've had and restrictions placed upon them and protests and all the other things, they left the most gracious. They cleaned up their locker room after a match and left this very gracious note to the host stadium.
Who was this?
Iranians.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That was a nice thing.
The true spirit of sportsmanship
is cleaning up the stadium.
Well,
after you leave.
just respect and appreciation for your host,
and respect and appreciation
for the field you're playing upon, the pitch you're playing on, the fan bases that follow you.
Meanwhile, the Scots are drinking Boston Dry.
We've never seen anything like it. Sam Adams downtown ran out of their signature Boston Lager over the weekend and needed an emergency delivery to keep up with World Cup fans. And they're not the only ones running dry.
The White Bull Tavern, there was no beer. The Scots fans just drunk the place dry, and all they had was like Bud Light.
So they doesn't stop them.
When you're down the Bud Light, you're out of beer.
You're out of beer.
They
pretty
said
much.
that they ran out at the distributor level.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They couldn't.
It wasn't
bring in
just a
more.
handful of bars.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Those Scots, I like those Scots. They're neat. They're part of my family heritage. I don't know how much, like some small percentage, but I'm proud. I'm proud to be a little tiny Scot.
A little slice of Scottish.
A little slice of Scottish.
Yeah, I hear
You're
you,
very
buddy.
Scottish, aren't you?
I'm mostly Irish. I'm not Scottish at all. I've got Irish and Welsh. The bulk of my lineage is Irish. One of my sides has a little Welsh blood in there because it's neighbors. You
For years, my
slip
family
across the border.
My family thought that they were, or not my family. My wife's family thought that they were Irish, and they're like almost totally Scottish.
Oh wow,
that's a big mistake to make.
Yeah, it is. It is.
To not know that, and they're from Butte, Montana,
yeah.
which is I think there's a very big Irish contingent there.
In Butte? Oh, right.
In Butte.
Yeah.
And but anyway, they're very Scottish apparently. So my kids, which means my kids are going to be part of the Tartan Army someday.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? You can
Pretty
root.
nice.
Rooting interest.
I looked them up on the soccer standings. Apparently, is it unclear?
Are they still alive? They could still.
Well, they lost 2 of their 3 games, and I think it's down to somebody else whether or not Scotland will move on.
Okay, so they're not eliminated yet.
Well, I can't read and talk at the same time.
This is the part that also just confuses me.
Yeah.
It's like the Turkey-USA game didn't even matter because we already won the bracket and they already are out. But then why are you playing, I don't know, I mean, obviously it's for fans and money, but why are you playing games and risking injuries when the game doesn't actually matter?
Yeah. It's a good
to the
question.
win.
People paid $800 a ticket to watch a couple guys
great point.
kick the
Yeah,
ball
exactly. It's about
around.
the money.
Cancel and send back the money.
Okay, Spike, what's your favorite story of the week?
I'll tell you what, my favorite story of the week is also World Cup related. How can it not be at this time of the year, of the season in Seattle? Earlier this week, it was reported that King County Executive Zahale, thank you,
Guilherme Zahale,
was at the match, the USA-Australia match in Seattle.
Yep.
And he posed for a photo with Brian Haywood, his arch nemesis, apparently.
Yeah.
But a political opponent, the founder, of course, or the funder, I should say, of course, of the initiatives against the
Let's
state
Go
income tax.
Washington,
Let's Go
state
Washington.
income
Thank
tax.
you. They posed for a nice selfie during the World Cup, and it was, can we use this moment? And I'm going to paraphrase. I don't have the, if you have the
I have
actual
it in front
quote,
of me. I can read
give
it.
me the actual quote.
This is what Haywood posted. He says, met Guilherme Zahale at the USA versus Australia World Cup match. When I told him my name, he said, well, we can put all of our political differences behind us to cheer for the USA, right? Of course we can. Later, I was sitting watching the game, and he came up and he said hello again. I suggested that we probably represent the political opposite poles in the state, so perhaps we should get a photo together. He readily agreed. His wife, who was absolutely lovely, joined us, and his perfect gentleman father photobombed. I suspect that we will be engaged in significant political battle in the future, but it was a reminder that even political foes can pause for patriotism, pleasantries, and a well-timed fatherly photobomb. And then it's a picture of Haywood, Guilherme's wife, and in the background, Guilherme's dad.
Yeah, and it was what a moment to let sports be bigger than the political differences that divide us as a nation.
That was nice.
Well, then the internet showed up.
Stupid.
And various groups who have genuine concerns with some of the political differences, I should say, against some of the initiatives that Haywood helps to put forth into the politosphere. And they torched our King County executive. How dare you, smile? And you probably have that quote directly from the complainant.
I can read theirs, and I can read his response. Yeah, they posted to him. They said, you talked a big game at the No Hate in Washington state rally last week. You know Brian Haywood is single-handedly causing so much pain to trans people and vulnerable students in the state. WTF, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. You don't have to punch the guy, but bleep, don't be kind and take selfies. And then he responded to that. And then my confusion is, I think he posted this because this looks like a screenshot of his phone. But I think he posted this and he says, you're right. I was with my family at the game. He asked for a picture, happened quickly while I was walking. I should have taken a beat to say no instead of doing the reflexive and socially familiar thing. Very sorry for the harm. We'll do better. And then he posted that. Brian Haywood responded shortly thereafter, and he said, the left eats its own. Guilherme, who said, quote, can we put political differences behind us to support the USA, cowardly walks back a human moment because he is afraid. afraid that he would get eaten by the hate in Washington State crowd. Really shameful. I mean, the whole thing is nobody needs to respond to internet trolls, number one. Like, you don't need to respond to these things.
Yeah.
And maybe he responds privately, but then why post that?
Well, see, I think I'll take a different take on it. He had an opportunity here to be a leader.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay. And he said, you know what? I respect your differences with my political opponent. I share your views on how his initiatives may have the possibility of causing genuine harm to a community by ostracizing whatever segment of society that we talking about the parents' rights initiative and the no trans and sports initiatives, right? And there are arguments to be made whether or not they're good or bad or dangerous to the LGBTQ plus community, and we can have those discussions. But there's also an opportunity for Gourmet right there to say, you know what? I share your concerns. I can see how this could be taken as a betrayal, but it wasn't. It was us trying to be
100%,
trying to be Americans in a moment of political division, and maybe the kind of unity we showed at the game could do us all better to listen to and respect the other side, not agree with them, but listen to and respect their points of view.
Yeah.
And open a discussion. That was a missed opportunity as a politician.
I think you're 100% right. It's a total missed opportunity, and
not to hide from it or avoid it or answer it in private, to publicly put out there, hey, I've seen this is insulting or annoying to my supporters.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I did what I did and why I still think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, he could very easily, like you say, he could have just said, you know what? I appreciate that you disagree that I took the picture, but I am an elected official. It's my job as King County executive to represent all of King County. And there's a lot of people who agree with Brian Haywood on a lot of things. I mean, just look at the initiative that he's going right now, the millionaires tax initiative.
Right.
Hundreds of thousands of signatures, week after week after
week.
Record
numbers of
numbers.
Washingtonians want a voice.
So obviously there are people out there politically who see a lot of sense in what Brian Haywood is trying to push. Yeah. And it's Gourmet's job to try to figure out, what's the bridge between those two divides. And it's not to stand on one side and point fingers at the other. Nope. It's to try to figure out how to get those people to work together, just like you were saying. And he totally bungled the opportunity. Yep. And then what's worse is he then posts about it as some sort of a mea culpa where he's trying to, it feels like virtue signaling to me. He's trying to get back in the good graces.
He's trying to appease.
He's trying to appease instead of saying, and that's not leadership at all. That's not leadership. And you're right. Total missed opportunity. All right.
I didn't give you much time for your Friday fave.
Mine's totally fine. I'm going to play this one because this was just really cool. Team USA played Australia. This was this Monday night? No.
They played last Friday.
They played last Friday. But we had this audio for you guys Monday. Which we played on Monday. So they played Australia. It was probably, I have seen more coverage of the fans, and because Seattle is an outdoor stadium, it shows differently when it's sunny and it's nice versus big giant crowds at SoFi, which is the other bigger stadium that they're featuring in a lot of these Team US matches. And they're only playing, Team US is in the Western Division, so they're only playing at these two stadiums right now.
Well, in San Francisco, they played San Francisco.
Yeah, in the Western stuff.
Yeah.
And so Seattle Stadium, Lumen Field, just looks beautiful, and it's packed. There's 69,000 fans there. Everybody's going nuts. They beat Australia 2-0, and then after the game, the entire stadium breaks into Country Roads, Take Me Home Country Roads, and it was just a really cool moment, and it felt like a big unifying thing. It actually feels like kind of the opposite. It's what the feeling on I'm building off of your Gourmet thing, actually. This is what Gourmet and Brian Haywood both experienced together. They're literally in the same space. They've taken this picture together. This is before the internet steps in and says, you're not allowed to be friends.
Right.
They're experiencing this. They watch Team USA beat Australia, and then they all collectively are singing together. These are nice unifying moments.
Yep.
And
this is what sports
it all went
offers.
To crap because of the internet.
The internet showed up.
But this is what it actually was. The internet's a fake place, and the real world is people that you're actually in. I guarantee you, of those 69,000 people sitting in Seattle Stadium, 10,000 different views on every single topic that we discuss.
Oh, absolutely.
They're not all thinking the exact same way.
No.
Mostly they're not thinking about it.
With regard to USA Soccer.
Except with regard to USA Soccer, in which case they're all pretty unified. me chills.
That's what sports supposed to do, guys.
Yeah.
That's it.
And don't miss the opportunity and think that you have to let politics seep into every single thing that you do in life, because you're going to miss a lot of great opportunities.
Amen.
You're also going to miss out on a lot of really wonderful people.
Right.
Like if you have to draw the line that everybody has to, I mean, if you're like a Puritan and who has to believe, like puritanically, you have to believe every single thing that I believe, you're missing out on like half of the world.
Yeah.
If not more. And what a mistake that is. And yeah, I mean, we don't have to put it all at the feet of Gourmet. He gave into pressure.
Yeah, hopefully he'll learn from that moment.
Yeah. But Team USA, go Team USA. It's a lot of fun. They play again on Wednesday. And
Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Bosnia and
down
Herzegovina.
Down in the Bay Area.
Yep.
If they win, they'll come back to Seattle on the 6th. We don't know who yet.
July 6th.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
What a party that'll be.
All right, we got more, a lot more. You're not going to want to miss a second of it, we promise. When we come back, Spike.
Is Lionel Richie okay? That's what I have to ask. Lionel Richie took a little bit of a tumble
this week off before text. Lionel Richie
landed on his chin.
What
apparently.
happened to Lionel Richie?
I don't know. He fell on stage. We'll give you the details.
We'll tell you about it.
And how hard it is to come when these guys are out performing.
You perform a lot.
I perform a lot.
I'm interested if you have any stories of mishaps on stage where you have to figure out how to rebound.
Oh yeah,
and keep the show like the show must go on.
Yeah, we recovered.
All right,
I'll tell you. Oh, okay.
Tell you about it next. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Progressive presents the Museum of You.
We begin our tour with a unique piece, a relic from the early big screen television era. Remarkable. Next, we find a juicer, which historians believe has only ever been used once. And finally, compact discs from the emo era. A rare find indeed.
Some things should be history, but until then you could protect what's important to you and save by bundling your auto insurance with a renter's policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Spring is the perfect time to make improvements that protect and add value to your home. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. For decades, homeowners across the Pacific Northwest have trusted our team for roofing, siding, windows, and custom decking. This spring, save up to $3,000, or qualified homeowners can take advantage of zero down, zero payments, and zero interest up to 24 months. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free estimate.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. If your air conditioner is barely hanging on, CM Heating has one of the best offers I've heard this summer. Right now, you can get any size high-efficiency AC system for just $179.99 a month with zero upfront cost. And here's the game changer. CM Heating's Comfort as a Service program includes lifetime repairs, annual maintenance, and even filters at no additional charge ever. Go to cmheating.com and schedule your free estimate online today.
License number CMHEAHL 751LW.
This is the story of Julie Guillot. She's a Leukemia and Lymphoma Society advocate and the mother of a child who battled blood cancer.
Zach was diagnosed with AML, a deadly leukemia, when he was only 5. While the treatment really attacked the cancer, unfortunately, it also attacked his body. Uncontrollable fevers, terrible nosebleeds, and his skin was burned from the inside out. He died at just 9 years old, really from the treatment that was meant to save him.
The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society was founded 70 years ago by parents who also lost their child to cancer. Today, we're pioneering breakthrough treatments for kids with cancer.
We are so close to finding better treatments for kids with cancer. So it's too late to save Zach, but working together, we can save thousands of kids just like him.
Visit LLS.org and save a child's life.
For more than 75 years, the VA Home Loan Benefit has helped millions of eligible veterans and service members achieve their piece of the American dream, a home for their families. Did you know that you could purchase a home or refinance your current home loan with your VA Home Loan Benefit? VA home loans have lower closing costs and generally enjoy lower interest rates than other borrowers. The VA Home Loan may save you thousands of dollars on your mortgage. For more information, visit www.va.gov or talk to a lender of your choice. Choose VA.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Seattle's World Cup Pride match is moving ahead tonight, despite objections from the soccer federations of the countries competing, Iran and Egypt. Leo Flor is FIFA's chief legacy officer for Seattle. He tells KIRO 7 TV.
This is an opportunity for the world to learn more about Seattle, to learn more about Washington. And so in many ways, we're not changing anything about how our city celebrates, this month-long celebration of Pride.
President of FIFA says the match itself is not tied to Seattle Pride, but rainbow flags will be permitted inside the stadium. Meantime, the FBI says 6 more drones were seized this week in Seattle as the FAA imposes a no-fly zone around the stadium on match days. Jason Stanley is the King County Sergeant of the Air Control Units.
Most of these folks are kind of the careless and clueless variety. They don't know that they shouldn't be flying.
FBI says it's confiscated 22 drones total during the city's first 3 World Cup matches. Pierce County Search and Rescue spent nearly 11 hours overnight rescuing 2 men from a vehicle crashed 250 feet down a cliff near Wilkeson. Deputy Carly Capetto says crews used rope systems and cold, wet, and foggy conditions to reach the victims.
Because it was so far down, it took them about 45 minutes to make contact with the driver and a passenger that had been thrown from the vehicle.
A call came in just after 10 p.m. Wednesday as an iPhone crash alerts. The crew airlifted both men to local hospitals in critical condition. The AI boom is pushing up the price of some popular consumer electronics, including the Xbox. ABC's Andrea Fuji explains.
The shortage of memory chips, which are being used in expanding artificial intelligence technology, leading to huge demand and increasing prices from the 3 companies that produce the chips. Apple explaining, "We have never seen a component price increase this much, this quickly." Microsoft adding, "The entire consumer electronics industry is struggling with the current components crisis."
And Microsoft says starting August 1st, Xbox price will rise by at least $100. The cheapest version soon costs $500. Now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. It is a busy afternoon out there, but we are especially busy in Pierce and Thurston counties. Tacoma to Olympia is an hour and 10 minutes. You've got 17 miles of scattered backups between JBLM and downtown Olympia. North 5 through Lacey at Marvin Road, a disabled semi is blocking 2 right lanes. That leaves just 1 lane open, and you're back up bumper to bumper approaching Martin Road. That's about a 4-mile backup. Olympia to Tacoma is going to take you an hour, and then further up at JBLM, North 5 at Bridgeport, we've got a crash in the left lane. Out toward Yelm, eastbound 510, right in front of Southworth Elementary. A collision blocks that eastbound lane, so traffic is alternating at the scene. South 5 at South 72nd in South Tacoma, a disabled vehicle takes up your right center lane. And in Tacoma, a collision has closed the northbound 7 on-ramp to northbound I-5. Westbound 18, you're bumper to bumper from 167 over to I-5. And here in Seattle, South 5, it's solid from Northgate to I-90. North 5, heavy from the Michigan Curve in the downtown. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast now on this Friday calls for cloudy skies, a little breezy with some pockets of light rain this afternoon. Highs today in the mid-60s, right now 64 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Spike, I saw this story. We wouldn't normally cover, we might cover something like this, even if you weren't a performer yourself. But I thought, this would be a really good, interesting way in for Spike to tell us some cool stories about performing and how crazy stuff happens that's unplanned. Lionel Richie, who is 77 years old and is still performing. He's still out there touring.
Oh, yeah. He's on, was it American Idol, or is that what he's a judge on now?
He's a judge on American Idol, yeah.
Yes, and he's touring nonstop right now. He's out with Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Well, not nonstop.
Well,
he just stopped.
He had to cancel a show.
Because he fell.
He did. I read that wrong. He got dizzy and sat down.
He fell ill.
Got dizzy, sat down, and canceled the show abruptly. And they had to cancel the next 2 shows.
This was in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Yeah.
This was Wednesday night at the Grand Casino Arena. That's a beautiful arena, by the way. Have you ever been there?
I haven't been there, but
I haven't
it's
either.
a big time tour.
Yeah.
Lionel
Richie.
Lionel Richie and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, those are big draws.
Those are big names with incredible catalogs of great music.
What's your favorite Lionel Richie song?
All Night Long.
That's a good one.
It's great.
Dancing on the Ceiling is another
good
one.
Yep. Hello is great.
Here's my favorite.
Hello. There it is. Thank you. Great.
Is it me you're looking for?
It's a weird one, though. You watch the video for this? He's following a blind girl.
Yeah, and she makes a blind Lionel Richie bust.
She's unaware that he's in the room. But she knows exactly what he looks like.
Very reminiscent to the Buffalo Bill scene with the night goggles in Silence of the Lambs. But I digress. By the way, side note, my wife has a luggage tag.
No,
yes, she does.
Stop.
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
That's
Lionel
funny.
Richie's face.
Oh, I thought she was going to be a Buffalo Bill thing.
No. No, my wife has a hello, is it me you're looking for tag on her luggage.
Well, that's funny. I like that.
So Lionel Richie had to cancel a couple shows.
Yeah.
Because his crew and his team, his management company, is worried because he won't slow down.
Here's the thing.
To pun his album title.
77 years old. It's amazing he's out there every night doing this anyway.
Yeah, it really is.
And it could be anything. Dizziness at that age literally could just be he didn't drink enough water that day.
Yeah, could be a flu bug.
Could be flu bug. It's likely the flu bug.
Could be anything.
So we don't know, but thank God he didn't fall. Because he's a national treasure.
Yeah. He will resume touring, I think, on the 30th. I saw that the next show is going to go on as scheduled.
Have you ever had any on-stage, unprepared mishaps that have, sidelined a show, or you had to canceling mid-show is a big deal.
I've never had to cancel a show because there are a couple shows I probably should have canceled.
The show must go on. That's what they say.
There was one time, and I didn't note it at the time. One time I performed with such a head cold that I was literally chugging Red Bull and Robitussin to get through the show. I was doing shots of Robitussin and chasing it with Red Bull to get through a live performance. And the worst part was the Robitussin wore off before the Red Bull did, and I was up like 5 a.m. Okay?
Oh, jeez.
That wasn't the worst of it, though. Well, I was performing not too long after I started here, and I think I had worked a double, and I hadn't been performing in a while, and I went to do a live show, and our own Charlie Harger was nice enough to come out to a show. It was down at the Muckleshoot Casino. And by the end of the night, I just run out of gas. I had talked myself silly after working 6 straight hours of a talk show.
You did
and then
6 talk hours, and then you went and sang for
yeah.
3 hours?
By the end of the night, I couldn't sing. My voice I'd fatigued out. I'd cracked.
Yeah.
My voice broke. And I had to do the last song. And I couldn't sing, but I could do impressions. And I swear to God, I did the last song of the night as Yosemite Sam. I swear. We'll be fighting in the street. I swear to God, I did. Won't Get Fooled Again. And I got through it. And I was in key.
Did it sound musical?
I was on. My pitch was good.
Did anybody know that you were doing Yosemite Sam?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Charlie especially, and I pointed at him. It's your fault. I was horrible. But the worst night was when
There's a worse night than that?
I almost killed myself, and I didn't know it at the time.
Bad.
I didn't know it at the time. We were doing a show up at the Tulalip Amphitheater outside, We opened for a big band up at Tulalip Amphitheater. It was might have been.
Tulalip.
I don't know. It might have been Fall Camp Blue Oyster Cult. It might have been. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
You were opening for Blue Oyster Cult?
We've done that.
That's pretty sweet.
Can we?
We got time.
The most missed opportunity of all time.
Okay.
Of all time. Because we got a gig opening for Fall Cat and Blue Oyster Cult at the Tulalip Amphitheater. Nate and I were doing an afternoon drive at the Classic Rock Station, right? And I'm getting opened up for the first band I ever saw live, Blue Oyster Cult. And I wanted to give away a chance to play cowbell on stage with Blue Oyster Cult.
Just like Will Ferrell.
I had the means at my disposal.
No way.
For a classic rock audience. Nate will back this up. And Blue Oyster Cult's managers wouldn't let us do it.
They said no?
They said no. That's people need to know we're serious. That's a joke. That's a joke thing. People don't take that.
So this is in the wake of the phenomenally popular SNL bit.
Maybe the most
one of the most
all time.
famous. Yeah, I was going to say one of the most top 5 SNL bits of all time.
I had a chance to give away a chance to play. I said to the management company, I will talk about this show every hour for a month. You have no idea how much promotion we can generate for this show by giving a chance to play cowbell on stage with Blue Oyster Cult.
I'm telling you, fellas, you're going to want that cowbell.
We played this clip. They said no. The management said no. That's a joke. We're a serious band. They wouldn't let us do it.
That's a missed opportunity.
You know how we got around it?
You just did it?
No, we gave away the front row.
Oh, that's nice.
I gave a listener 2 seats in the front row and a cowbell. I said, go ahead. They can't stop
Did he do his thing?
Oh, yeah. I remember watching the lead singer of Blue Oyster Cult doing this on his guitar, trying to teach my guy timing. He's trying to beat up.
What a silly, that would have been a perfect thing for them to do.
Yeah.
Would have been perfect. So.
The night I almost died?
The night you almost died.
I was climbing the scaffolding.
Okay.
At a show. Literally climbing 40, 50 feet up in the air.
Eddie Vedder situation?
It was very much post Eddie Vedder. I didn't hang. I just climbed. I climbed with a wireless mic, and I'm singing from 45 feet above the stage.
Do people know the Eddie Vedder thing? Can you tell them about that real fast in case they don't know?
When Pearl Jam played the Drop in the Park show at what is now at Magnuson.
Yeah.
They played a live show.
Big stage.
Huge rigging. Eddie's a very theatrical guy. He's jumped off the balcony at the Moore in live video.
When he was a younger man.
Yeah, well, this was when he was young. This was like 92 or 3.
22, something like that.
Yeah, he was 21, 22 years old. Eddie climbed up the scaffolding because he had swung his mic and it got caught in the scaffolding above the stage. So he literally climbed up the scaffolding.
In the middle of a show.
Of a live show while the band's continuing on. He climbs up there.
You can watch the video. It's on YouTube.
And untangles the microphone from the scaffolding above the stage.
Which is actually, as far as a rock and roll moment goes.
There's never been a greater rock and roll moment.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Well,
So you see that and you're like, I can do that.
So I climb up the scaffolding and it goes well and it's fine. I'm singing. I'm blah blah blah. Next week I go into the hospital because I've got 3 blocked arteries. I swear to you. The next week I went in for symptoms of cardio disease.
For climbing a scaffolding?
No. I'm climbing a scaffolding with 3 blocked arteries. They put 5 stents in that trip. 5 stents in my heart.
Are they related?
I shouldn't have been climbing a scaffolding and screaming AC/DC lyrics, so I guess was the point. I didn't slip. I was wearing Doc Martens in a kilt.
I thought you were going to say, I climbed the scaffolding and then
I had a heart attack.
I had a heart attack.
No, but I felt.
But you could have.
I could have.
So the next week.
He called it ticking time bombs. We call this the Widowmaker, my doctor told me.
That's petrifying. That's very scary to think that just could have happened anytime.
Yeah, I didn't. I was out of complete ignorance. I didn't know. Didn't know how much danger I was in.
Did it look cool?
Look great.
Okay. Well,
there's still video of it flowing around.
If something looks cool, sometimes
awesome.
it's worth doing. Especially if you made it through.
I got through.
The crowd loved it.
They loved. They had a ball.
They had a ball.
I wore a kilt, and the folks in the front row probably, regretted looking up.
That's fun. I want to see that video. That's findable? I can find that video?
Yeah, you can probably find that.
All right.
That's, I got stills, Lisa.
I
know
hope there's no
stills.
low angles of that video.
those have been scrubbed.
All right. Let's do text messages next.
Sure.
We got a lot of good ones.
Sounds great.
All right. We'll be right back. Stick around.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Hey, Dad, have you heard the news from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services?
No, I haven't.
Eggs have climbed higher than ever on the new food pyramid, and that's great news for anyone who loves starting the day strong.
Well, at Wilcox Family Farms, we make it easy with our ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs. They're delicious, protein-packed snack you can grab on the go, now ranked higher than ever.
Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
You know what you can trust? The protection you get when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. You know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that said that thing you eat every day is a superfood and great for your gut health. But then 30 seconds later, a different article warns you to avoid it and it's taking years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Chris Domine is a husband and a father. Chris is an athlete. Chris is even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris was facing a very different story because his kidneys were failing.
Basically, the doctor said, if you don't get a kidney transplant and if you don't do dialysis, you are going to die.
Fortunately, Chris received a second chance at life, made possible by an organ donor.
You know, your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
More than 100 million people in America are registered organ, eye, and tissue donors. People of every age and ethnicity, because they believe it's the right thing to do. Imagine what you can make possible by leaving behind the gift of life. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better.
better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. It all ends July 4th. Staples. That was easy.
How does your roof look after this winter? Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Spring into action today. Save $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. We got a lot of text messages today. Fun show today, by the way.
Yeah, it's been a ball.
You get to go off on vacation.
You guys sent me off in the best of moods. I can't thank you enough.
Let's get to you just have to get through these text messages.
See
and then vacate for you. There he goes. All right, go for it, Laura.
First, we have a request from Big Al, not Big AI. Guys, can my dog Rocky and I get a happy birthday from the goats?
Oh, that Al.
Is he calling us goats? Or is that...
We're the goats here.
Now, does he mean that like in a farm animal insult way or like greatest of all times?
I'm going to assume.
I'm going to assume farm animal.
I was going to assume. Happy birthday, Rocky. Happy birthday, Al.
Happy birthday, Big AI, and happy birthday, Rocky.
On gas prices, Robin and Graham says, Jake, gas was 69 cents a gallon when I started driving, and cigarettes were 65 cents a pack.
That dates you, Robin.
Let me just say,
that's amazing.
Anybody who started smoking when it was 65 cents a pack and is still smoking today, or still with us today.
Good for you,
Robin. I'm glad you're still with us.
I think Robin
you've been smoking a long time.
I bet you Robin has kicked the habit of smoking.
I think you're probably right.
You know what's crazy to do? Do you guys ever do this in movies? If you look in the background at the gas signs, just to see what prices were in movies.
Yeah.
That's a fun thing to do. Yeah. I mean, it's just a side note.
Tarantino always gets that right. Look, next time you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, observe.
Really?
Yeah.
And he shows the actual price from...
Attention to detail. Yeah, it's good directing.
Catherine in Polsbo says, I remember when my dad said, what is this world coming to, when gas had risen to 59 cents a gallon.
People boycotted. It's great. Yeah.
Cindy in Kent, gas in Texas in 1970 was 25 cents a gallon.
29 when I started driving. I swear to you.
You know what gas is in Texas right now today?
38 cents.
38 cents.
A liter.
It's a liter. I think this is the worst one, or the most heartbreaking one. Jeffrey on Vashon Island says, I'm about the same age as Spike, and I remember as a teenager getting $1's worth of regular.
So more than a gallon.
Yeah, you could. I remember that too. You could scrape change out of your car and get enough gas to get home. I swear to you.
Pretty crazy.
Nowadays, if you drive up to a pump, it costs you $1. You didn't get any gas. They show you what the gas smells like, and you leave for $1.
They charge you. Yeah, they charge you just for thinking about it. Yeah. They say, "Where's my dollar?" All right, let's do. Annie in 360 says the best gas price that I remember was 19 cents a gallon at the Fina station. When gas went over 30 cents, I thought that was so high. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe that. All right, what else we got?
On Washington's agreement with California and Quebec, Doug in Anacortes says this is a global problem. 175 years of filling the atmosphere with CO2 to record concentrations. Did you think fixing this would be cheap? It will be expensive, guaranteed. How do you want to measure each state's air quality? They intermix, of course. Doing nothing is a really poor option. Saving the planet does cost money.
Here's the problem, Doug, honestly, and this is a genuine response to Doug. Everybody wants a cleaner environment. It's just whether or not we're seeing the same things. And if you have the Department of Ecology, which says you don't need to do emissions testing anymore because our air is clean, while at the same time saying we need to vastly overcharge you for fuel that goes into your car because the air is not clean, clearly there's something happening there. And I don't know what this is going to do to the local carbon price market. connecting up with Quebec and California, but I do worry that those places don't have our best interest in mind. I don't know that Washington has our best interest in mind, but at least they're people that we can elect, and they pay a price if they do stuff to us tax-wise that we don't like. We can unelect them.
And we can't hold them accountable?
We can't hold anyone in California or Quebec accountable. So I think that's a
can't
problem.
hold anybody in Washington accountable. What are you talking about?
That's true, too.
253 says the real reason nobody wants to do anything about the CC or whatever it is because there are so many administrators. They're getting rich off of it. Nobody wants it canceled except the people like us who are paying the bill.
206 says this is our money and they have no regard for how hard we work for it.
Also in the 206, back when Inslee first imposed the CCA on us, when asked if the oil companies would be passing on the cost of the CCA to the consumers, an oil exec said yes, they'd be passing on the cost. He said it's not up to the oil companies to make bad policies look good.
That was in conjunction with that famous clip of Inslee who said, pennies, it's just going to be pennies.
Pennies.
Which, as you have pointed out many times, Spike, he's not wrong.
$1 is just 100 pennies.
It's a lot of pennies.
Every dime.
On the reflecting pool, let's see. Trump 206 says Trump said it was cut with a box knife. Okay, I don't know what it was cut with.
Yeah, neither does Trump, but that's okay.
Dan in Snohomish says all this talk like it's a liner in the pool. It was painted on to seal the pool. There is no plastic liner. The algae grew from the sun, reflecting more heat on the blue paint. Then they dumped hydrogen peroxide into the pool, which created a chemical reaction and released the paint from the cement of the pool. It's all science. It's all easy.
Thank you, Dan. Dan sounds like a scientist.
On Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein, Kristen Everett says, so we're supposed to believe that Gates didn't know about Epstein and that he was trying to raise money for his charities, and his testimony behind closed doors is accurately transcribed and fully disclosed to us peons? Seriously, is anyone stupid enough to believe any of this? I believe that if he testified, I believe the transcript. I believe if he testified under oath, under fear of perjury, I believe this is what he said.
A joke there.
What?
He's like, is anyone? What do you say? Is anyone stupid enough to believe this? You said, I believe.
I believe. Hey, I'm in. I'm going to believe.
A joke. All right.
No, Bill was.
All right, Laura, get us out of here.
Yeah, on Spike's pending vacation, Matthew in Tacoma says, Spike, I can tell you're having a good Friday. Happy staycation.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great time.
Thank you, my friend. Have a great time next week.
We won't be able to tell this to you next week, but have a great 4th of July.
You too. Happy birthday, America.
Woo.
Be safe, everybody. Make the most of it. Remember why we're celebrating.
There you go.
Don't blow your house up.
And don't blow your house up.
Amen.
Perfect advice to end on. Have a great weekend, everyone. We will see you back here Monday. Bye-bye.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. The nicotine in e-cigarettes is addictive and can harm brain development. That's why I worry about teens who try e-cigarettes. Many young people use pod-based e-cigarettes like Juul, which have high levels of nicotine. And because teens' brains are still developing, they can quickly become addicted. The tobacco industry uses fruit and candy flavors to attract young people, often turning them into lifelong users. For more, visit healthychildren.org.
Getting a flu shot helps us stay healthy, so we don't miss out on what matters. Like that family movie night your daughter can't live without. Yeah, can't do that. Every year, millions of people in the U.S. get the flu. Especially now, no one has time to miss out on moments that matter. So get your flu shot. Find out more at getmyflushot.org. Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
Do you ever lose your balance or feel dizzy for no apparent reason? Do you hear ringing in your ears or have migraines? These are all signs you could have a problem with your inner ear or vestibular system. To learn more, call the Vestibular Disorders Helpline at 800-837-8428. That's 800-837-8428. Sponsored by the Vestibular Disorders Association.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and